And a massive shout out, as always, to all of our superstar supporters. We can't thank you all enough. A big thank you to all of our editors, our production managers, Dick Donovan, Kenny Baker, Big Dog, Shane Murphy, Tank Dazza, and Michael. Our producers, Jake Snow, Red Freedom, Melbourne, and Tuxness. And also all of our YouTube members, Kenny Baker, You My Size, Mr. Fix, Cinnamon, King Alobar, and Tuxness. All of you are legends who help the show go on each and every week. Thank you all for your support, even just by watching or listening each week to the podcast, and we hope you enjoy this week's show. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 81 of the DayZ podcast. Marks, lad, how you doing, boys?
Not too bad at all. How are you?
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. I'm starting to finally wake up. I've had some caffeine in me. Lad, you're looking much healthier, mate. How's your illness going?
It's not too bad. It's going pretty good so far.
Yep.
Like I said, just sometimes I'm getting a bit congested, but I'll deal with that. It's fine.
I want to give a shout out to one of the admin team, Foxy. He's been with me pretty much since the beginning of the podcast. And the poor bugger has actually come down with COVID yet again. He got it very early in it, and the guy's a fucking chef, man, and he lost his sense of taste and smell. And that was pretty much all he had the first time around. But this time around, he said it's hitting him much harder. Luckily for him, he's got a dedicated gaming room, so he's isolated himself to the gaming room, away from the rest of the family. But Foxy, thoughts and prayers are with you, mate. Yeah, it mustn't be good. And I heard in the UK, the sickness benefits aren't that good either, are they?
I mean, kind of depends on where you work. Where I work, it's actually pretty good, as long as obviously you abide and you do whatever you need to do properly. But for other like big companies, I really don't know. Yeah.
But we are joined by the one, the only XL3V3LX. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, man? How's everyone doing out there?
Doing all right, mate. Doing all right. What about you?
Oh yeah.
Doing good. Just playing some games, mainly DayZ.
You said you were on daddy duty before the show started.
Yeah, so if I just disappear during a topic, I apologize beforehand. The wife isn't feeling too hot; she's taking a nap, and got the little one running around screaming. So.
Mate, you do not need to apologize for being the most important role that anyone could ever have in their life, and that's a parent. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me was being a dad. Made me. I wouldn't say double the man I am, but it definitely made me more of a man than I already was. I'm joking. It's the best fucking thing ever being a father, isn't it, mate?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for the longest time, we didn't even think we could, have kids. So it was furthest thing from our mind, and then all of a sudden the wife was coming home from work one day and she called me. She was like, yeah, my day. And then, she hit me with a I'm pregnant. And of course I was like, go to hell. No, you're not. And she was like, no, I really am. I'm like, no. There's no way. Shut up. So she hung up on me and I was like,
I'm in the shit.
I don't think she's joking. So I called her and she's crying and I was like, are you serious? And she said, I'm serious. I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh, that's fucking great, dude. That's fucking fantastic.
I'm sorry. As a married man myself, I'm just sitting there thinking of, holy fuck, how did he salvage himself from this situation? He obviously, she would have been very emotional telling you that, and your reaction probably wasn't what she expected. And yeah, you would have had some serious groveling to do, I think, after that.
Oh, it was. She came home and it was. I had dinner cooked. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna go celebrate. I don't know what we're doing. We're gonna go celebrate. So and then obviously 9 months later, the little one was here and.
How old?
It was.
How old now?
She'll be 2 on the 5th of November.
Yep. So a bit young for what Archie's suggesting there in chat. He's saying, I love being a dad. I have someone to blame all of the Steam purchases on.
Hey, there you go. There is an upside to it.
Well, it works kind of well for me because my son, he's 20 now, but gaming is probably gaming and guns is one of the things we have in common. So yeah, it gives me a reason to keep my PC up at the same sort of specs as his, although he always has a better PC than me. I know I'm the one who does fucking YouTube and Twitch streaming and all the rest of it. He's got the 3090 in his computer and fucking 6 terabytes of SSDs and all sorts of shit. But yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, oh yeah, we spent a lot on his computer. I'd say he's spoiled, but we operate more on a reward system. He does something good, and we reward him for it. You know, pretty much like life is. If you do well or something, you get rewarded for it. That's a usual rule, but yeah.
That's how I got my first PC, yeah.
Yep, you did
Done
something.
well in my exams, and then I was living with the grandparents, so the grandparents bought me that then as like a, well done present afterwards, and that's how I got into DayZ.
Fucking badass grandparents, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's fucking awesome. The level. You gave us a bio, mate. Let's have a read of it. I liked your bio, by the way. Let me just find the channel. Help if I was in the right Discord. There we go. So, Level or Steve, DayZ name. Real name's Brian, 35, Florida guy. I fucking love Florida man. Florida man, the meme of Florida man is fucking awesome. Fell in love with DayZ from a buddy that showed me a clip of Facebook of this Walking Dead-like game back during the Armor mod days. Never showed a title or anything. About a year later, maybe less, found Frankie and the game I had seen on the clip. Started streaming on Twitch in 2017 on console, but knew in the near future I'd be streaming DayZ with a PC here. I am now been away from Twitch a few months now, but planning a return at some point, still trying to stay somewhat active in the community when able. Another one who you admittedly you found the game prior, but weren't really sure what the game was or anything. But another one, like many of us, who can trace our lineage of becoming aware of DayZ to Frankie on PC.
Yeah, and I mean, his videos were so good. They were interesting, and they told a story, and it just I fell in love with it. Even with that clip that my buddy showed me, I saw that game, and he was just running through Chinaris with infected chasing him. I'm like, what is this game? I need this game. I need this game in my life. Biggest problem, didn't know the name.
Yep. And it was still relatively unknown back then, because I imagine that would have been very early in the mod days of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the year, but it was quite a few years ago. I know that.
Oh, mate, if you're talking about that, you're looking at 2012 at the latest. I would imagine.
Like that,
yeah, because Frankie was making videos all through 2012 prior to DayZ Standalone launching, and that's almost 9-10 years ago, buddy. Fucking, I know. I did that momentary pause. Then was me just thinking, holy shit, man, we've been on this fucking DayZ train, some of us, for nearly a fucking decade.
Frankie's first
still
video.
In secondary school.
Oh, he has uploaded, has he?
Same. Frankie's first video, Arma 2 DayZ mod, episode 1, 9 years ago. 8.6 million views.
Yeah.
Wow.
9 years ago.
That's insane, man. You know, people have gotten married, had kids, divorced, fucking God knows what in that fucking time period, man. Holy shitballs, Batman. That is a long fucking time. So what is it about DayZ for you, Level?
I'm gonna have to say it's the openness. You know, you can do what you want, you can be what you want. If you want to be a cannibal on the coast, you have that freedom to do that. If you want to be a stalker, you know, in the woods with a sniper, you can do that. You want to be a good guy, killing the bad guys, killing the freshie, you can do that. It's a game that gives you freedom to do basically whatever you want.
You know, one of the things I love about DayZ, Marks, is he said there you could be the good guy killing the bad guys. But the beauty of a game like DayZ, you're like, even now, I know there's a lot of argument about, back in the mod days, if you killed too many people, you got the bandit outfit, and if you helped up people, you got the hero outfit, so it was easy to tell. But now, it's never fucking easy to know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, is it?
Because somebody can act like your friend for 4 or 5 hours in game, and then it just takes one bullet in the back of the head when you're not looking, and it's all over. It's always.
Even if you watch an encounter, lad, you might think you know what's happened, but you might have read the situation completely wrong and gone in and killed the wrong person.
Yeah, it's usually the case, but it's brilliant. It's just one of those like unique things that no other game has actually managed to capture perfectly, and it's just dynamic. It's not even something the game forces you to do.
Nope.
It's just one of those choices that it allows you to make, which is fantastic.
It's awesome like that, isn't it, Level? Yeah, it's just such an amazing game with so many possibilities. Yeah, we say this time and time again, but DayZ is a game you could get. You need a break from it, but if you're getting bored, in my opinion, you're just playing DayZ wrong. There's so much to do in it, Level.
Yeah, you really can, and say you do get bored with it. Say you want cars, say you want helicopters. I mean, there's a server for you somewhere.
Yep. Absolutely. Some would say, and we've said it, maybe too many servers, but having a plethora of servers to choose from is a lot better than not having enough servers to choose from. So I'll take more than enough servers any day over not enough servers to meet everyone's needs and that. But yeah. So how long have you actually been playing DayZ for?
The first time I ever played it, it was the Arma 2 mod, and I had this...
You're a real OG then.
Cheap little $300 brand new Toshiba laptop that ran it so slow, but I didn't give a damn because I was finally playing the game that I found.
Yep.
I finally found this game, and I didn't know what I was doing, and logged in and died to infected. I mean, as soon as I logged in, I was like, "What is this shit?" But I loved it.
That's kind of the joy of DayZ, Marks, logging in that first time and just not really knowing what the fuck you're meant to do or how to do things, and having to, research it or try and find that person who's not going to force feed you a rotten kiwi and fucking disinfected.
I remember the first time I logged in, it was the town, or the little petrol station that's in between, just outside of Electro.
Yep.
As you're running towards Chernogorsk. And I was there, and my brother was also a fan. My younger brother was also a fan of DayZ this time, but I'd just gotten my first game of PC, and he'd never gotten his, or didn't have one. So he rang me on Skype, and I shared my screen to him over Skype back in the day. This was when Skype was still really popular. And I remember running around, and I was terrified of running into people because I was just so scared of getting shot and of that human interaction. And it took years. I'll admit it took years for me to finally come over that fear, but when you did, then it's great. But even when you were scared, it was always just great. The memories were fantastic.
So you don't get scared anymore when you play?
No, not that much. Sometimes it depends on the situation, but most times I shoot first, so it's like that's why I don't get scared.
Filthy KOSer.
Yeah, I do like my KOS.
What about you, Level? What's your general play style, mate? What's your go-to play style?
I don't know if I really have a play style. I'm one of the guys that I'm gonna talk to you first. I don't care if you're geared or freshie. I'm gonna put my hand up and say, "Hey." 9 times out of 10, I get shot.
But that's part of the beauty of the game, isn't it? I do the same.
Yeah.
Like the clip I showed from last week, where I was playing with Click Daddy, and he's like, "Boydie, why don't you run me your gun out?" And I said, "Because if I have my gun out, it's just going to lead to PvP nearly every single time. The other person's going to see someone with a gun out, and straight away your mindset, like we talked with the psychology of DayZ last week, it goes to combat. Whereas if you see someone without a gun out, yes, they're initially going to panic, but then they're going to be, he doesn't have a gun out. Yeah, so lad, it's just there's so many nuances to the game like that, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. There absolutely bloody is. And like I said before, it's just really great part of the game. And DayZ is not DayZ without that level.
Yeah.
At all. Like it's just a shell of another generic game, but DayZ brings something unique, and you just kind of get away with that. And you can, and it's funny because no matter like what kind of games you play, you can play God knows whatever. But as soon as you start playing DayZ, there's always that instant fear factor of shit, I'm gonna get fucking shot at any time.
Yep.
It's the only game that makes your heart race.
Yes.
Like when I was in that 1v2 situation,
Absolutely.
buddy, you couldn't tell in stream, but my heart was pounding out of my chest. And you just have to try and keep your composure and make sure you do the job, and then you can relax afterwards.
I've got a clip this week again as well. I've got to try and find it from last week, and literally my hand was shaking because you know me, Mark. You know how little I PvP, and I ended up in a PvP moment. And as much as I say, I stand by that I prefer to interact with people and get those interactions, there is a part of me that loves the combat. Fucking loves it because I've said it time and time again. I don't want to ever lose that fear from DayZ because that's what makes it so fucking good for me. Level that fear, like no other game gives you. You throw away games like COD and PUBG and that. Yeah, you can still get a little bit of a fuck yeah moment level, but DayZ, there's so much on the fucking line.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, even the sports games. I mean, there's games they come out every year. There's a reason DayZ. There's still no DayZ 2.
Yeah. Yep.
I honestly hope there isn't.
Yeah.
I hope there is never going to be a DayZ 2. I hope what they're going to do. What I hope they do instead is that they take what we have, and they spend a lot of time on it, and they port it. Once Arma 4's released, they port it to the full Infusion
engine.
That's what I hope they do, instead of making a DayZ 2, because it's like, yeah, sure, they could make DayZ 2, but it doesn't work both in name and, to me, just as an idea. It's just it's not worth it. Like you leave a game that's practically, I wouldn't say half broken, but like 3/4 of the way broken, well, a quarter broken or some shit like that, right? And then you make up this brand new game, which, by the way, is not going to sell as well because of the reputation that DayZ has. Because we all love DayZ, but it does have that reputation around its head. Whereas if they spend the time to really polish what we have and then port it to Infusion, full Infusion, that'll be much better.
Yeah, that's what maybe.
There's a DayZ 2. Where is it then?
That's what DayZ 2 update 2.0 might be. That would make sense.
Who knows what they've got planned? They confirmed to us last week that support goes on.
Exactly.
So
that was big too.
Yeah, there was a lot of feedback on that. Even on your videos, Marks. I shared it in a few communities as well, and overwhelmingly, the community was really happy to hear that response. So, Scotty and the dev team, if any of you are watching, thank you so fucking much for that. It made a lot of people fucking happy. Even on Twitter, a lot of people were very. There was the usual fucking snarky comments about fixing cars and all the rest of it, but. Yeah. Look, it's not a DayZ unique problem, folks. Like I follow Scum as well. They're getting fucking hammered by the same sort of people who, yes, you've got to.
I saw that on Twitter actually.
Yeah. Yes, you've got to call people out, or call out games for their problems and that. But some people just, I noticed you shared a comment with us, Mark, that there's someone who just every fucking time you post a video, nothing but negativity. Move on. If you're not happy with the game, just move on. Find something you are happy with. Positivity. I'm not exactly a kumbaya, hold hands fucking sort of guy, but I do believe in try to focus more on things that make you fucking happy level instead of just, it does my head in level.
Well, that's like I'm part of the DayZ Facebook group, and
Same.
you'll see someone post something on that, and I mean, you've instantly got people, oh, this fucking game's broken, it's never going to be fixed. Stop playing it. Go play Miscreated. Not that Miscreated's a bad game, but go play something else. If DayZ isn't filling that void that has been left, find another game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's it. That's what I've never understood completely about people, especially with DayZ or Scum or like whatever game, right? Is that they'll constantly shit on the game. They'll offer no potential solutions. They won't say anything in the feedback tracker. They won't give out actual bug reports. They'll just rely, and I think I spoke about this last week. They'll just rely on the game and that reputation, and they'll constantly bash the game because they think, oh, it's funny, it's cool. When realistically, it's like, look, yes, DayZ's had a troubled development. We all know that. Is it the most polished game? Absolutely not. But if you don't enjoy the game, and it's the same with a show or a movie or anything, if you don't enjoy it, why participate in it? Like, does it really get you sucked? Like, it's just, I just never understood it.
If you had a game that was polished to perfection, and this was the thing that happened with GTA 5 when it came out. That game was rated one of the best and like most well-made PC version of the game. Now, it was rated one of the best like PC games ever. And they said there's a thing with it, if you play that game with the AI where it'll like the cars will just suddenly veer off the road and crash into people and stuff like that. And some reviewers said they didn't fix that because if they had fixed that part of the game, it literally would have been perfection. They said they couldn't, like, having a game like that is just pure perfection where everything worked flawlessly. It wouldn't be entertaining. Well, it would be entertaining, but it wouldn't be, what's the word I'm looking for? It wouldn't feel, Christ, I can't think of an explanation for it, but it was like, it just wouldn't feel right, if that made sense. You know, it wouldn't give a character. It's probably a good way to put it. And it was like, that's why, you know, you can't have it.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, with like a lot of people, and the most common thing that you'll see on any DayZ post, any DayZ related post, is cars. Once cars are fixed,
what are they going to complain about then?
Well, that's the thing. We're going to miss the flying cars.
We've said that time and time again on the show, mate. Some of the bugs of DayZ over the years have added to the charm. You know, as much as it fucking annoyed me level, there's a part of me that, and I know people are going to fucking hate on me for saying this, but there's a part of me that misses the little feeling of trepidation you got every time you went up or down some stairs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Or when you go in and out of a garage and you might, like, just randomly die.
Or ladders, like Archie's saying in chat.
Yes.
But I like what Aussie Road put in chat as well. It always amuses me when I see streamers literally bash the game and have repeatedly said how much they hate the game, always go back to it because they change games that don't get the same viewers, then they blame the DayZ community. I'm sorry. It's that age-old argument level of there are some people who do have that charisma that can carry across to any game they play, that same level of energy, and you know they're just that amazing to watch, that you would watch them play fucking lawn mowing simulator, or watching a tree or whatever the fuck Don Sibley's latest game is, and Don's one of the people I'm talking about. He's got an amazing charisma when it comes to watching him play, but for a lot of people, you can't blame your viewers for not wanting to watch you because you're doing something different.
Yeah, you cannot. You cannot. It's and then when it comes down to when you stream, and if you're not getting the views in the same game, obviously the people who followed and subscribed to you, they only follow you for that one thing. That's fine. But if the viewers, and yes, there's always the matter of money and shit like that, but if the viewers are really that fucking... If you go back to DayZ, even though you absolutely fucking hate it, just for the viewers, just fuck off. Just play another fucking game. Fuck what, like, you know, the fact that you missed some like a fair few viewers. Who gives a shit? If you keep playing other games and you keep expanding, that's just going to make your whole fucking
Summit 1G showed it. I've mentioned it a few times,
exactly.
but he was playing games purely because that's what he thought he had to play, and he was hating it. And I think that's the era when he's got the infamous video of punching the fucking monitor. And then he just said, fuck it, I'm just going to play what I enjoy. And admittedly, he's an outlier. He's one of the, top fucking 20 in the world sort of streamers, but his community love him for him. And they were happy to watch him play fucking whatever he was enjoying playing because, and that's what you've got to do as well. What about you, Level? Do you play any other games other than DayZ?
I started playing New World. It just dropped. A few weeks ago. I've played it on and off, and 7 Days to Die has a little special place in my heart.
Yep. I still haven't played 7 Days to Die. I've got to look at it. I hear so many good things about the crafting system in it.
Yeah, it's a great game. And the devs, I mean, they're constantly on Twitter updating, letting you know what's going on, day by day. If they go a week without giving you some sort of update, it's a very odd.
Sorry, I just saw Foxy's comment. That's Foxy, who I was talking about at the start of the show, folks. So send him some love. Give us an update on how your COVID is going second time around, buddy. We shouted you out at the beginning of the show, mate, hoping that everything's going okay. I actually spoke to him when he told me. I was kind of stunned. There's still so much to learn. Quick shout out. I know he's controversial in that, bit off topic, but I highly recommend everyone go. It's a long podcast, but go and listen to the Joe Rogan and Dr. Sanjay Pujit, I think his name is. He is the CNN medical reporter. Now, for those who follow Joe Rogan, there was a lot of Dr. Sanjay Gupta. That's it. There was a lot of conjecture over Joe Rogan apparently taking a horse medication, ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
Yeah. And this Dr. Sanjay Gupta works for CNN, and he chose to go on the Joe Rogan podcast. So you can imagine that's basically the equivalent of going into the lion's den, yeah? He did, and it was probably one of the most entertaining and informative, because I've been quite open about the fact I'm not vaccinated. I have no plans on getting vaccinated anytime soon. There's a vaccine I am watching, but I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any stretch of the imagination. And the conversation between Joe Rogan, who is notorious for, he's very vaccine hesitant, and Dr. Sanjay Gupta, was absolutely brilliant. It was great seeing basically the two sides of the argument talk reasonably about this issue. Not one of them shouting down the other one. It was. Did any of you guys listen to it?
No, I saw
a few clips getting around.
Saw on no, not on clips, but I follow him on Facebook, and I think he put up a post there the other day because the news outlets and stuff were kind of taking their interview out of context, where they were like, Joe Rogan and this doctor, whatever his name is, hate each other and all this stuff, and it was apparently meant to be, quote unquote, a very awkward interview. But he was like, no, we had our disagreements, yes, but he was like, he's one of my good friends. I'm glad we had it. It was probably one of the best shows I've ever done, he was like, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that sounds good, but I didn't get a chance to actually listen to it yet. I might give it a listen.
Worth it. If you are playing DayZ or something, stick it on in the background and just listen to it. Because I won't say there weren't a couple of I wouldn't even say heated, but particularly when it came to CNN apparently accusing him of taking horse medication, but there was just some brilliant discussions around when you've had COVID, should you get a vaccine still, and it was brilliant. It gave me a lot to think about. I'm actually going to go back and listen to it for a second time, but yeah. Anyway. Moving on, because we're not a COVID podcast, we are a DayZ podcast. Everyone, make sure you wear your face masks in game. You don't want to spread the contamination.
Actually, can I say something? That for a couple of my thumbnails that I've done for YouTube, I put the one of those face masks on in the thumbnail, just because I thought it looked cool. It had nothing to do with COVID or anything like that. And people were like, "Why are you going around wearing a nappy on your face and all this stuff in the thumbnails?" So I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" It wasn't even related to the video in any way, shape, or form. But I was just like, "Oh God, it's translating into DayZ now." So
yeah. It's just
the NBC gears.
Now, on that topic, has it ever been tested? Someone sick and another person wearing one of those masks. Does it still? Can that other person wearing the mask still get it?
It does prevent you from catching it. I'm not sure if it. I know whenever I've had the flu, I always stick a face mask on if I can find one, because my understanding is that it does limit the spread of you giving it. That said, you've given me a really cool segue here. I saw a post on where was it? Let me find the link to it. On DayZ Reddit. So give me 1 second. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, we were talking before about how DayZ is just this game where almost anything can happen. And this post, I absolutely fucking loved it. Loved it. I'm sorry, Raven, but I found out why you were sick. We met yesterday on a community. This is by user Mashashiro83. We met yesterday on a community server at Austria. You were sick and had no clue why you were sick. So we decided to team up and search for meds together. We went to look at Krasnstav Airfield and the city nearby. We made it to a water point as you were thirsty and we got rushed by zombies. We found refuge in a nearby house and you got shot. Turns out some other guy third-partied us. I returned fire and killed him when he got you. I also found out why you were sick despite popping my entire 16 Tetris supply. Your dirty latex gloves. Not sure 100% as I'm quite the beginner, but it seems like you would have kept on being sick forever until you took them off. I found out when I took your gloves to replace mine, ate something, then got sick. A couple of charcoal tablets got rid of it. I hope you don't believe I shot you myself, and that I'll tell you in person whenever we meet again. Mac. So apparently someone pointed out he was wrong with the gloves thing. So gloves don't... No, they do. My understanding, people have given him misinformation there. My understanding is if you've got like you just coughed before, lad, people generally cough on their hands and things like that. My understanding is that you've got to disinfect almost everything that like a water bottle and things like that, if you used them while you're sick. Is that the same as what you guys understand?
No, I mean...
I've never disinfected gloves personally.
No, I don't disinfect anything really apart from rags.
No.
See, the problem is that person probably's got too cold and ended up gotten the flu. So Tetra should have realistically fixed it, but it's just one of those like weird things. Sorry, I'm fixing my camera because I'm a bit too low. Because I've noticed that in this patch that it's harder to get rid of some sicknesses. So.
I'm certain Wobo has done videos about this. Like Archie saying in chat there, 40% biological protection according to the P drive.
But I'm not too sure. I'll have to quickly double check the sickness stuff.
Because you can spread it. And I'm certain you can infect.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Yeah,
like if you've got a cold,
right,
you can spread it. Which is why if you wear a mask of some kind, you can't spread it around other people. It's like, if like for example you're playing on a mask, you get a cold. The first thing you want to do is just to make sure that you've got face protection so you don't pass it to other people. So that's kind of like the main thing. I only do Wobo ripoffs, so I've heard it here, folks. Heard it here, folks.
But like Spud said, regardless of the technicalities of the gloves, I'm certain someone will find out and update us. Doesn't that little story just highlight how great this game is? Two guys who didn't know each other sharing a challenge. It's just amazing the opportunities it creates. Yeah, just set yourself a little goal in game. That goal might be to get yourself 20 kills if that's what you like to do. But I saw another video, and I've got it in my shout out list level. A guy reached out to me and shared his video with me, Extinct, and it was his first go at actually editing, and he was playing on pretty much a deathmatch server. but the interaction he had with this guy named Pooh, and his name was in game was Mr. Stink. So Mr. Stink and Pooh had this fucking amazing interaction. Barchie's, sorry, clarifying there. It's everything that touches your face: hats, helmets, masks, gloves, bottles, canteens, whatever. So there you go. But yeah, these two guys playing on a deathmatch server, because they bothered to actually open up the mic and communicate, had some of the funniest fucking interactions. He was calling him worse than ISIS. One of them was British, the other one was American, so they were making fun of each other for accents, and all in good nature. It's just, there's so much to this game, and when you actually bother to talk to someone, instead of just shooting everything that fucking moves, you can have some of the most memorable occasions. Like even you've done that as well, haven't you, Marks? Chatted with people.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember them more than you remember some of the, the many PvP kills you've had? Those weird, especially when it's a really cool interaction.
Probably, if I really thought about it, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's obviously been some, where you go into it. Like I was venturing Deer Isle for like the first time, and there's this like van that spawns around the map, and it like spawns certain gear at it and stuff, and two people came up to me, and I was like wearing a cowboy hat, and he was wearing a cowboy hat, and he wanted my cowboy hat for his cowboy hat, and it was a very odd situation. It was like stuff like that can be just a bit weird, because mine was a nicer color, so he wanted it. So
even as Archie said, like, and there's some of my favorite videos of which you can't troll people if you KOS them. I like to call that playing with your food before you eat at level.
He's definitely got a point with that one.
Yeah. You can have so much fun with people when in this game, just doing some weird shit. But like Spud said, it really highlights how great this game is, the stuff you can do. Yeah, I watched a few videos this week, and just some amazing situations. Another guy, Xenakist, playing on the same server as I'm playing on with DayZ Down Under Vanilla Enhanced, logged in, and someone was in his little camp he'd set up. But it's just it's not a gated camp or anything like that. And he had this cool little interaction with the guy. And then had another interaction with someone after a PvP moment. It's opening up that mic, it's just an amazing thing to do, isn't it, Level? You said you like to interact, mate. You just never know who or what you're going to meet.
Exactly. I love, talking to people in game. And again, it's gotten me killed more than I've survived. But I mean, it's still, it's fun. You meet people, and I've still played with some of the people that I've met in game. I've got several people, I'll hit them up on Discord, or they'll hit me up. Hey man, are you running tonight? I was like, yeah, probably. What server? And it's just the interactions is another thing that makes the game.
100%, mate. Marks, have you made any friends through the game?
Oh yeah. There was a group of, it was either 7 or 8 people, and we were on Valning, and I was running solo at the time, and they came up to me at a mid or base, and they're like, hey, we're recruiting people if you want to run with us. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I only played with them there a couple of weeks ago, and this was years ago that we met, but it must be 2 years ago now or something like that.
What about you, lad?
Yes, I've met a lot of people. Not all of them I stay in touch with that much now, but I've got one group who they constantly mock me because I'm the only British one there, and they're all like from like West Coast America, so they're all like talking God knows what, and they're constantly asking us like a bunch of phrases. What does it mean? I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know. All right, stop it. Like, shut the fuck up. But I've met a few people through when I played on DayZ RP. I've met people just randomly, just playing. I even met Fish. Fish?
Yep. FEESH.
Yep. I met her shortly after the Moss kit, first off, and then met her again, like God knows how many months later, with Geckofish last week, actually, playing on the same server, and I bumped into them. I was like, oh, hello. It was nice, but
I want to reiterate what Archie just wrote in chat. People bond over their hobbies, and DayZ is my boy's hobby. I've experienced more camaraderie in DayZ than I found in the military. Archie, 100%. I back that statement, mate. Don't get me wrong. I've got some fantastic mates, but my heart. I call people I've met through this fucking amazing game better friends than those I went overseas with, those I served with throughout 10 years. Fluky Stakes are agreeing as well. It's fucking bizarre. It's a fucking video game, man. You know, I had someone this week come into my chat and tell me, a long story, but we had a bugle and one of our guys died in a battle. So the bugle in the files of the game of the server can play a bunch of songs. So Click Daddy died in the combat we got into. And it was one of the songs you can play on the bugle is Taps. So I played Taps and the other guys all stood around and saluted. And I think I got stream sniped by this guy because he came in and said, "Can you shut the fuck up? That old man who should be raising a family instead of fucking blowing his horn or something like that." And I was like, what the fuck, man? But there was a guy I haven't played with in years. Never really played with him, to be honest. We bumped into each other a lot on the old DayZ Down Under server I used to play on, and we did a lot of dealings. I got along with him well, but now he's running with us, and we've been having a fucking blast. And just it's amazing like that. The friends, like Flicky's saying, I've got you guys in here. You're all my friends. I've got friends in fucking America. I've got friends in Europe. I've got friends in fucking Britain, Ireland, in South America, in Mexico, fucking just everywhere. I met a guy the other day from Malaysia, and it's just yeah, I love it. I fucking love the internet, and I love DayZ.
It is great. It's like it's funny because what was it? It was like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I met this guy again through DayZ, and we got talking, and he added us on Discord, and we got talking to a bunch of his friends, and he used to play like other games and that. And we're still all fantastic mates now. And some of them they've met each other because of this fucking game. You know, we don't play it as much because we're all work now. We all have jobs. Like I was in college, kind of in college at the time, and it was like this fucking game. Who, if it wasn't just for that one choice that I made, I would never have met them. Yep. And it's like.
We had a DDU community meetup, DayZ Down Under community meetup, and a bunch of guys in the Brisbane area, and one guy even flew up from New South Wales, a 2-hour flight to come and play Gel Blasters for a day, and it was really nice to meet these guys IRL. It was just absolutely fucking awesome. Not many other games have that sort of fucking loyalty, do they, Level?
No, not at all. I mean, some some of the best friends.
Hello,
my daughter
darling.
with me, by the way.
That's all right, mate. That's all right.
Some of my best friends. I come home after a long day of work or something like that, and I'll get on Discord or message them throughout the day on Discord, and we'll set a run up. I mean, we'll talk about jobs and life and everything. It's not just DayZ, but you've met them through DayZ. And they're your best friends, and I mean they live all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, fucking amazing, isn't it, Marks?
Yeah, it really is.
Now, we ask all of our guests to come with a topic of something they would like to discuss. What about you, Level? What's something that you wanted to come on and talk about? What's a topic of interest to you?
I mean, let's see. For the streamers, for the editors, it may be a boring topic, but what do you eat? What do you drink? I don't know if it's ever been talked about. Do you snack on something? Do you eat before you stream? Do you eat after? Do you eat while you're doing it? Your nutrition.
Caffeine.
Because because I know it's not all Mountain Dew and Doritos, which is the stereotypical gamer food.
I'm bad, mate.
I
Caffeine.
mean, I'm what Archie said. You know, I've been there. You know.
Nice. Marks, I'll let you go first, mate. I'll let you go first.
You do a lot of editing, mate. You do a lot of editing.
Yeah, I'm very bad when it comes to, especially eating or drinking. When it comes to streaming, first of all, I'll go 4 hours streaming, talking nonstop, and I won't take a sip of any drink. And after it, I'm like losing my voice. I'm like struggling
You need a hydration bot in chat, mate.
I know, yeah. I need to do something like that. I forget because I'm so zoned into the game and talking to chat and stuff that I just forget to drink. It's like I'm nearly dying afterwards. It can be really bad. I usually eat after stream as well. It's just something I do. And usually that can be quite bad because it's like usually eating it like at nighttime, pretty much.
Coffee, whatever my spouse bot brings to me to eat a coffee.
Yeah.
Spouse bot, I like that. Spouse bot.
And then when editing again, it can be just, usually I won't eat either. It depends on the edit. You know, 'cause sometimes you can edit for 5 hours, you know, to make a 10-minute video and you mightn't eat anything. You'll forget to eat sometimes and then you'll realize, oh fuck, I haven't eaten in hours. Then you'll like stop, get something and then come back. Or usually it depends whatever's on my desk. If there's a snack on my desk or something, I might munch away on that. But
one thing I'm really partial to, lad, is beef jerky. But you've got to cut it up beforehand because there's nothing worse than sitting there on stream with a big fucking long string of beef jerky.
I'll do it. I wouldn't give a shit. I require sustenance, and this is it. But I usually have a cup of tea before I have a stream or something like that, and I'll drink
and some scones.
And fuck off. I'll usually have like a chocolate bar, like a Whisper. I've been quite particular to Whisper Golds, which is like it's like, I mean, Marks, you might know.
Yeah, I know what a Whisper Gold is.
But it's got caramel inside of it as well, and they're quite nice. But I'll when I stream, I make sure that I've had my dinner first. Because I don't like interrupting my stream halfway to have something to eat to then come back. Because one, people get bored and leave, and two, that's just not professional on my part. So I'll wait until I have dinner. But if I absolutely must snack, it's Jaffa Cakes. Can't go wrong with Jaffa Cakes. But I'm very bad when it comes to that. I used to have like cans of Rockstar. The blueberry and pomegranate ones. Used to have cans and cans and cans, and now it's like I could have like 3-4 cans per day, and I'd be fine. God. I have one, and I am sick as fuck. I'm not good with it anymore. Not good with it at all anymore. But
yeah, energy drinks are something I've never. Monster, Red Bull, any of that shit. I've never been able to drink. Can never get a taste for it.
I'm all right with Red Bull. I can't drink Monster. I can't drink Rockstar. Well, I can drink Rockstar, but like I said, it makes us sick. But it's just, I'll do it. I wouldn't give a shit.
Oh, God.
but yes, that's.
Hey,
yes, and Archie and Iron Brew as well. Sorry, Boydie, but yes, Archie lad drinks those big ass orange.
Iron Brew. I'll have a liter of Iron Brew, a liter of cola. What the hell's a liter? Anyone know the movie?
No, I don't actually. I don't.
Come on, someone in chat's got to know.
Super Troopers.
Yes. Have you not seen Super Troopers, lad?
I've never even heard of it.
Never heard of it.
What the fuck? It is literally one of the greatest independent movies to come out of America. Holy Super! You've seriously never seen? After this, promise me, you both get drunk, get high, fucking whatever you like to do. This movie will change your life. It is literally one of the most replayable movies of all time. Watch it right meow. Oh my fucking God. You've probably seen the memes of the movie Super Troopers. Holy shit. There's a scene, fucking shenanigans. Fuck. All right, the next person who says shenanigans, I'll pistol whip. Hey, Pfizer, what's the name of that bar down the corner from such and such? Shenanigans.
I've seen that clip on TikTok.
Yes.
Not too long ago, yeah.
It is literally one of the funniest movies you will ever watch. I haven't watched, I'll admit, I haven't watched Super Troopers 2 purely because I'm scared to. I'm worried that it won't keep up to the standard. Are you saying it's not as good as the first one?
The first one's a classic. The second one's kind of like, eh.
Dude, I'm freaking the fuck out. Oh my fucking God.
The first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, if you're not on the ground laughing your ass off, you don't need to watch comedies.
I wouldn't even care if fucking everyone in fucking chat who hasn't seen it left to go watch it now. You will thank me. You will thank me for fucking referring you to the movie Super Troopers. Dead says we own a copy of it in this house. A copy on DVD, just so we've got it. Should the internet ever go down, we've got a copy of that, Black Hawk Down, and a few other fucking all-time classic movies. I've got to get Predator, actually. That reminds me. Goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus. There's a porn parody too. Who wants a mustache ride? Oh, I do.
What?
It's
so good.
Fucking brilliant. The one liners from it, you probably heard them all through your life. People saying like, and you kind of nod and go, why are they laughing so hard? And once you watch this movie, you will never be the same. It is literally one of the funniest movies of all fucking time. Clerks is another classic. Clerks is great. I don't know. Super Troopers for me. Super Troopers is just such an amazing fucking movie. But yeah, how the fuck did we end up talking about Super Troopers? What were we even talking about before? I am totally derailed.
No idea. What were we talking about?
Some food for snacks.
Oh, when you're editing and stuff.
Yeah. What about you, Level? What do you do?
I try to eat before stream, or if I'm eating during stream, I'll throw some M&Ms or some trail mix or something like that in.
Me, I'm lined up. Yeah. I've had 2 cups of coffee this morning. I'm now on my Hunt and Brew iced coffee. Fucking awesome iced coffees, by the way, if you are living here in Australia. And then I've got my Diet Right cordial. So it's a sugar-free cordial for afterwards. So hydration isn't an issue, but when you get to my age, that just means I'm going to be going to the toilet in about fucking 10 to 15 minutes to pee constantly. But yes, on the merch store, DayZ Podcast mugs. Please buy. I'm very poor. Speaking of being poor, I'm going to do a shout out now. I'm trying to segue things as logically as possible. Now, I saw something in the Discord. So give me one moment. Let me just change the screen that I am sharing to. Bada boom, bada bing. And now I share my Discord screen. So we've got a new prize that you will be able to win for the Christmas podcast special. And no, it is not this knife here. So Yandy
excited for a second.
Yandy shared in the Discord in the off-topic channel that he actually crafts knives. And I commented to Dumpgra. I said, Dumpgra, you'll be interested in this because Dumpgra, the creator of the metallurgy and forging mod, does that sort of stuff IRL as well. And Yandy shared these really cool fucking photos. Really, that's a fucking nice looking knife, isn't it? Yeah. Really nicely made. And he said, cheers, mate. I'm thinking of making a copy of the crude machete and the combat knife from DayZ next. I said I would suggest the hunting knife, mate, from DayZ, kind of iconic. Because that kind of reminds me a bit of a hunting knife to an extent. And he said, hunting knife it is then. I started DMing him. We're having a bit of an argument at the moment, Yandy and I, over who is going to pay for it. But I have asked him to craft one for me to give away at the end of the year Christmas podcast special, which I think is pretty fucking awesome. A handcrafted copy of the hunting knife from DayZ. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that'd be pretty fucking cool.
That would be fucking amazing.
Be sick. Yeah.
I would love to have that. That would be fantastic. Holy shit.
You'll have to be careful just with
Yes.
shipping a knife like that, because if you go to the UK and over here as well, there's like certain regulations, has to be like a certain size or something. So
3 inches.
and I think in the States as well it might. So just do research that just beforehand.
It'll be a disclaimer
arrested.
of if you win it, and then it's going to be up to you to what happens with it. You know, you can donate it to a friend who lives in a country that'll accept it, or something along those lines. He's going to make it and ship it to me, so I'll have it here, be able to show it on the podcast and that. Try not to cut myself. Me and Knives have a long fucking dirty history, but yeah. You don't have a knife permit.
You don't have a knife. Oh, mate, you don't have a knife permit, do you, mate? Please don't send me in the tower at London.
Now, just an update as well. I have paid for and confirmed Man Over Mars 5 emote pack. I'm working my way slowly because there's quite a few of them. Every fortnight I'm paying off another one. But yeah, so Yandy Gandy and I are kind of arguing. He's saying he'll do it because it's a gift. I'm saying I don't want you to be out of pocket, and we'll get it sorted between me and him. But yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Also, another one that I can announce is Match. Match Fubar Bundy's missus. Now, let me see if I can find it. She makes these really...
She did my emotes, and she makes great emotes.
But it's not emotes that she's going to be doing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let me find her Twitter, because I know she's got photos of them on her page. There we go. And she reached out to me, and she's going to donate these. I'm going to cover all shipping costs. Not these specifically, but she's going to make some DayZ themed ones.
Wait, she does keycaps?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit, I did not realize that.
Those are class. I love them.
She's actually, she showed me a photo of she is working on a canteen. The canteen from DayZ.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Could you imagine that? And maybe like half a can of tack back or peaches, or what else? Just
cool.
Yeah. I've asked for. I can't remember at the top of my head, but I just want to again say thank you to everyone who has reached out to me. Some people I've reached out to because I wanted to work with some of the people who I feel are doing a shit ton for the community. But if anyone else out there has anything that they would like to contribute, even if it's going to cost me a few dollars, I don't mind. I make a few dollars from the show. I try to put everything from the show back into the show in one way, shape, or form. Big believer in karma and all the rest of it. Yeah, there's me saying I'm not an ooga booga, kumbaya, hold hands and dance around the tree sort of guy, but I believe in karma. When you get to my age, though, I'm not long for this world. You start thinking about, maybe I need to make sure I give back a little bit more to the community. So that's why I wanted this year do a nice giveaway show with some really cool prizes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, does she have a website or something where she...
I've asked her about that. She is trying to get one set up. Yeah.
Can you link her to Twitter?
Yeah, easy.
Because genuinely, they're something very cool.
She does great work.
She does. She's another one of these people that you hear me talk about who make me fucking sick. She has more talent in her little finger than I have in all 136 fucking kilos of my fat ass. She's amazing. And, she's hooked up with Fubar Bundy, one of the greatest fucking editors of DayZ videos of all time as well. Can you imagine what their kids are going to be doing, man? They'll be fucking the next Mozart or something like that.
Because those I've always seen, like I follow keyboard subreddits and stuff on Reddit. I'm a bit of a nerd, and like they're like those keycaps and stuff, and some of the things people make with like just stuff like that is incredible. So I didn't realize she'd done stuff like that.
Yep.
So
absolutely fucking amazing. Talented young lass. She's awesome. I love her to death. And a lovely girl as well. I got to meet her and Bundy a couple of years back at a podcast. At a PAX Australia, which was really cool to meet them. Really cool. Sorry, just sharing that on Facebook as well. There you go.
Pretty cool.
That's her Twitter account. Well worth a follow. She's a lovely young lass. She's just started doing them, yeah. And look at how good they are, Aussie. She's some people, man, the fucking talent they have, it astounds me. I'm always astounded by people who are artistically and creatively minded. Where they come up with these ideas, even down to, level. One of the things I love is I actually go in and I read comments on videos because I'm constantly astounded at some of the funny shit people post as a reply to a video, whether it be a political post or just a YouTube video, and you just see these comments that you sit there and think, does this person like have these comments saved up, or are they that quick on the fly that in the first few minutes of a video coming up and they've just finished watching it, they've come up with the funniest one-liners. I'm constantly amazed by that level.
Yeah, me personally, I wish I was that quick on one-liners and stuff. It'd take me like 2 days or 3 days. And I'll reply back to that Twitter comment, and it's like
the kind of person who someone gets a good burn on you, and you walk out of the room, and then finally the one line, and then you come back in, but the moment's already passed, and you're like, if only I was a little bit,
You just leave with your head held low, and just I'm done. Like, you win, I quit.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Speaking of YouTube comments, Marks.
Wait, what's happened now?
I think I'm going to have to unsub to your fucking YouTube channel, mate. I don't know whether I can handle the comment section on your videos anymore.
Oh yeah, you're telling me about it.
Oh
Jesus.
my fucking God! Let me just go to.
Wait, which video? Because I've posted a few in the past few days.
Let me just bring it up.
Oh, is this about like the weapons optics suppressors, like the attachments and shit?
It's my most recent one because a lot of, oh my God, some of the comments on Facebook about that. It's like, it was
Oh, this video.
Can I explain just quickly why I made this video? Because every time I stream or an update comes out, people are asking why certain optics aren't on these guns and yada yada yada. So I was like, you know what? Instead of just constantly answering the question, I'll just make a bloody video about it. It's just a lot easier down the road. It's done a lot better than I expected it to, but some of the comments are most of them were all right, but there was obviously the few out there that are,
Great.
But go ahead.
This comment here. Allah would be too powerful with a suppressor, kind of like the SVD. They're two different guns. One has a 20-round fucking magazine and can go full automatic. The other one is a Mosin round and only has a 10-round magazine and is purely semi-auto.
Yeah.
It was written like it was a gotcha moment. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people would have been kind of like that.
But I will admit, though, most of the comments were pretty cool. And most people agreed and they could understand where you were coming from. That said,
and a lot of people gave different pointers as well that I didn't think of, or like, the IRL aspect, because I've obviously never had these guns IRL. Some people who have used them IRL were like, this, and it was good to see that as well.
Yep. I know with the Australian version, we had one where you could remove the carry handle and we could attach the Starlight scope that's in the DayZ game now. Terrible fucking scope, by the way. That thing is just horrible. Like, it was great because you could see at night, but it is fucking heavy, cumbersome. It unbalances the weapon. And funny story, we actually lost one on our way over to Somalia. We were doing a live fire shoot off of the boat that we were on going over there. And the guy who had the Starlight scope didn't bolt it on properly to the rail, and it went over the side of the ship when we were shooting at boxes and balloons and stuff so we lost the Starlight scope. It's in the
That'd
bottom.
be a tricky one
It's
to
in the bottom
explain.
of the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. But yeah, kind of funny. But yeah. But no, they're 100% right. That said, something interesting, in my stream the other day, we were talking about what's the better weapon out of the M16 and the SKS. And I said right now, because the M16 can take a 60-round Stanag mag, versus the SKS, which can only have 10 rounds, you have to choose the M16. And people in chat were going, but the SKS hits harder. And we checked the game files, and no, it doesn't.
No, M16 hits harder.
Yeah. I think they're very, very similar. They're very, very similar. The M16 was better over distance, I believe, up to 600 meters. But you've got to weigh that with the SKS can take the PU scope, which helps you a bit. But when you can only load 10 rounds at a time and there's no speed loader in the game, the M16 wins hands down, plus the 3-round burst. They need to do something with the SKS to. I'm not saying they need to make it compatible to the M4 or the AK, AKM, but the SKS needs a buff of some kind level, because it's just not worth. It's such an iconic gun of DayZ. I think nearly everyone can trace back that one of their first kills would have been with an SKS in the game, because they're generally one of the most common weapons. But it's just not worth having at the moment, is it, Level?
No, it really is not. Now, when you can find M4s or M16s, the SKS is still probably my favorite gun in the game, though, of all the guns. Between that and the Mosin, I think my first kill was with an SKS.
But one or two bursts from an M16 drop someone, as you'll see in the clip I've coming. Whereas, when you're constantly having to click your button for every single shot with the SKS, clicking your button, particularly when you're not a great PvPer like myself, that adds more potential for your mouse to be moving. Would I be right in saying that, Marks? So your accuracy is going to be a little bit less, whereas...
Honestly, I've never used burst fire on the M16 in PvP. No? I always use semi-automatic. Never. I don't like it. So I suppose it's all personal preference at the end of the day as well. But every time I've gotten into PvP with that, I've gotten 5 kills in a row with that M16 on official server. It's always been semi-automatic. It's just I found it more better, more comfortable to use. I seem like same way with the LAR. I use that in semi-automatic instead of full auto, because I just seem to be more accurate being able to fire single fire than if I was full auto.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it could be the opposite way for some people. But that's the way I've always used it.
And yeah, the SKS just, I think it just needs a little bit of love. I'm not. What could they do?
Speed loaders.
Speed loaders, stripper clip, stuff like that.
I think they should. Yeah, the
you're still gonna. I think
they should also reduce. Well, how would I word it? Increase the shooting time, because back in alpha, you could just absolutely mash the left mouse button and it would just shoot, no problem at all. Now with the current version,
the delay,
it's not so much. It's I wouldn't say it's delay, but it does shoot slower overall. It's got a slower rate of fire. Increase the rate of fire a little bit more, add the stripper clips, and you've got a more viable weapon. Because but at the same time, I also see the SKS as like an intermediate rifle, because that's obviously what it is. That's kind of what it's going for. And say if I have an SKS and with the PU scope, and I find a Mosin, I'm then going to take the Mosin because it's a much better sniper rifle. Because that's my playstyle. I like sniping. I'm not so much in close quarters. I'm terrible. I'll close my eyes and just like hope for the best. But that's kind of like how I view it. But if I was to have a stripper clip and like the increased rate of fire, it'd be more better personally for me. But maybe if the round hit harder, slightly harder as well. But again, that's just depends on the rifle as well. Because how would I word it? It's like the Scout or Pioneer, whatever you want to fucking call it these days. It shoots technically the bullet leaves the gun faster than an M4, which is what gives it its little damage buff. So if the SKS had something like that, just a tiny little bit, make it a bit more of a viable gun, that'd be really nice. But the SKS is definitely a how would you word it? It's like a.
I saw that. I saw that comment.
Yeah.
I saw that, and
I was like, it wasn't for you, you twat. It was for the newer players. I fucking hate people like
I'm
that.
honestly sitting there thinking you were looking at the keyboard going, getting ready to start mash. And
I love the comment underneath that because it's console. I was like,
yeah. This one here. Oh, because it's just another mod. Are you fucking come on?
It's not a mod. The M16A2 was confirmed. What was it? A backport from Arma 4 or some shit like that. Is that right? Arma Reforger or something like that. Yeah. And the FAMAS. I mean, don't know what the fuck the FAMAS has come from, but to be fair, like both guns meet the requirements what DayZ was missing, and it's great. And then when 1.15 comes out, it doesn't really fucking matter because we're going to get the AUR, whatever they're going to fucking call it, right? Which is going to be special as fuck.
This comment here, though, was nice. This comment here, though, was nice, Marks. It was, someone realizing, holy shit, this is, oh my God, the real Marks.
Yeah. It was a good comment.
But yeah, no, it was... You've got to share, but at times you're posting it and you're going, do I really want the fucking heartache that's going to come from posting it here? People hang shit on the Reddit group, but DayZ Standalone Community is...
I think it's worse.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love the group. Yeah. There's some really good conversations. I've, gotten out, but at times, some of the people in there, and, actually, I'm going to say this as well, a little bit off topic here level, but there's a lot of people who say that, people should have to reveal who they really are when they comment on things. Facebook is proof that having to basically dox yourself isn't going to stop people from being fuckwits, is it, level?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's a funny group, lad. It is a funny fucking group. There's some.
I'm not even in it. I'm not bothering.
Good, save yourself.
With that group. Like honestly, like you face enough fucking toxic comments and shit like that on Reddit and Twitter and shit. Just like the group serves no purpose for me. I don't fucking care about that.
What do you think of this here, though, level? An SKS with a 30-round mag in it.
I would love to see it because the 7.62 by 39 is a readily available ammo that you can find.
But
sometimes
is this an actual thing that is a military issue rifle? Because my understanding of the SKS is it's a 10-round internal magazine. I'm unsure if militaries in that region were ever issued a version with this. Now, I saw on your video, Mark, someone said what we need now is the AR-15 and the AR-10. And in my mind, I was going, so basically what you're wanting is commonly available weapons in the US market to somehow magically appear in Russia. No.
Like that with the M14 as well. I was like, so you want a reskinned LAR?
Yeah.
I was like...
I like the idea of the weapons being true to form. I still don't understand how the FAMAS turned up there, but I even asked Chamber Senator, the fucking DayZ guru. But is this an actual legitimate weapon that was issued in that region? You were going to say something, Marks?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm nearly certain I saw on a video somewhere, it would have been one of these news coverage videos where they cover war topics, and I'm nearly certain I saw Korean soldiers. It could have been South Korean, North Korean, I'm not sure, were carrying something like that. I don't know if it was modern day or what year, I can't remember, but I'm vaguely remembering something like that. So I'm not sure if it had like Soviet connections or whatever.
Yep. Fascinating concept, though. I think a 30-round mag would be sufficient. You shouldn't be able to attach maybe the then again you can have a 60-round Stanag on a M16. Could you imagine an SKS with a 75-round drum mag attached to it? bam, 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 and a minute later, bam, 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 still fucking going.
See, I think that would be too overpowered because the SKS could take a PU scope.
Well, that's
So
the
basically
SKSM.
becomes...
So,
Unless they added that
yeah.
version, which couldn't take a scope, yeah.
Okay, it is essentially the semi-automatic carbine version of the AK-47 that can take either magazines or stripper clips similar to a Mosin Nagant. So it can take magazines. That okay.
Yeah, the Norenko SKSM. Yeah.
It's a Chinese copy of the Russian SKS.
And I thought I'd seen pictures of like Chinese forces using something like that.
That's probably where, like I said, Koreans was probably Chinese. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just like Spud said, it's like not every gun needs big mags, and that's very true.
No.
You absolutely don't. Like the SKS, it serves a purpose, and it's really it is a good gun once you learn how to use it.
And that's yes, you guys are right. Because I think the addition of at least the stripper clip would really help. Like I said last week, could you imagine going up, like for a guy who can PvP, it's not going to be an issue, but for an absolute fucking shotgun potato like myself, going up against a bear with an SKS, I would be shitting myself and probably dead. That's if most of the time I'm probably going to say, fuck it, I'm just not going to shoot because I know I'm going to miss half my shots and the bear's going to kill me. What about you, Level?
Right. I'm not sure if Archie is talking, if you could find one in game. Is he talking about the size of the stripper clip in the game? I mean, would it come with ammo already on it? That way you could see it? Or
how did they come before? I think it was just the clip you could find, wasn't it, around the place?
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, and you could just attach ammo to it then.
Yeah, because the way that the model is that every single bullet is a separate component. So if you were to script it right, then depending on the how many bullets are in, it'll actually show. But typically, they would be the clip and then all the bullets in. That's what I remember it to be.
I don't recall having any issue finding them though, Level. I've got memories of myself with 3, 4, 5 stripper clips ready to go when I had an SKS back in the early days of Standalone, Level.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't really play. I played the mod, and then there was a huge gap in between.
Yep.
And then I started coming back at, I think 1.0. I'd watched a bunch of because I mean I didn't have a PC, so I had my PC built by 1.0 launch. So
maybe there were problems with the loot economy. Moonshine saying he started in 0.62, and I know they were still in 0.62. It was 0.63 when they disappeared. Maybe there were issues I'm just not remembering with the loot economy, because that happened a lot with DayZ over the years. The loot economy was fairly skewed at times, and there'd be an abundance of one thing. And I remember back in the early days of DayZ Standalone, I'd find the amphibia, but be fucked if I could find a mag for it. They just weren't. I think I found one. They were rarer than fucking rockin' horse shit.
Yeah. I just miss the stripper clips. I mean, I hope when they do bring stripper clips back, they bring back the Red 9. I think that would be an absolutely fantastic addition to it.
With the butt stock.
And I know for the past, especially with the bloody bot stock, holy shit. And that's something I want to actually touch on, because it's with how attachments work in DayZ now, it's a prime time to re-add that weapon now. Get the stripper clips back in, you've got the animations for it, and you got the butt stock, which is really going to help with your stability and your accuracy. So it's an absolute no-brainer. Shut the fuck up, Archie. I like my fucking Red 9, all right? I like my fucking Red 9. It's a fucking goal. I swear to God, when I get my Yukara for airsoft, I am I am going to get a Mauser C96. I swear to God, I fucking will. I'm not triggered. My. Oh my God! But yeah, so that's. I mean, that's. I used to absolutely love the Red 9 back in Alpha. It was like my absolute go-to weapon, and it was even great because you can obviously, when you put it in your chest holster,
the thing that makes it so good is, time and time again, for those of us who create content, how fucking often do you hear people, and I'm going to say bitching because this is what it is. It is not a legitimate fucking complaint. Go play fucking Call of Duty or PUBG if you're fucking complaining about finding weapons and matching magazines and that in DayZ. But the game needs things like the revolver, the SKS, the Mosin, the Red 9, these internally chambered weapons that you don't need a magazine for to make them effective. Like the pump action shotgun. Someone said earlier in chat, we need more shotguns. The game needs those, not OP. Some would argue that the shotgun is OP, but when you factor in, past 25 meters or so, it really loses its effectiveness. Close range, you're fucking dead if someone hits you, even if you got a plate carrier on pretty much. But the game needs these internally loaded weapons for when you find them. I like you, mate. I was so happy when I used to find a Red 9. I liked that pistol because you didn't need to find the corresponding magazine for it.
That was it. It was. I loved the Red 9. I absolutely loved it. And with that kind of weapon, you absolutely could not go wrong. As far as I'm aware, it was one of the very few pistols you couldn't actually put a suppressor on it, but I didn't really give a shit back then. It was like my zombie killing weapon. I didn't care about being loud. I would commonly run the Red 9 with the buttstock and the SKS. That's the guns I used to run with back in .62. And Indiana Modes in the Temple of Body. Fuck off.
Sorry, I was just improving on Archie's wordplay. I was just improving on. I want to do a quick shout out, by the way. Archie, of all the guests that we've had on the show over the years, I don't recall too many people getting such a reaction as I got from having Archie on last week. Like, even both of you after the show, you guys were raving about how good of a guest Archie was and how fun he made the show. And repeatedly in the comments, people were loving how funny Archie was. So just a quick shout out, buddy. It's good to have you back in the community. I know there's some people who aren't happy you're back. I say fuck them. We love you here on the podcast, mate. So the door is always open if you want to come on as a guest, even as a co-host, mate. Anytime. I rip off all my jokes from Wobo. And freshborns.
Yeah. Well, Level, you said correct me if I'm wrong, but you said you did play an alpha, right?
Yeah, I did.
Right. So what was kind of like your go-to kind of like loadout? What weapons did you carry?
Like I said, I've always been an SKS guy. I try to go for the SKS over, just because the ammo, you can find more of the ammo. Now you've got all the different kinds of ammos and stuff, but for a while there in SKS, you could find the combat everywhere.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely.
It is such a good rifle, the SKS.
Oh yeah, like if it's the only gun you have like your Insulanda Gorst, there's nothing there, and you find an SKS. At least it's something. It will do damage. That way I'll always take it if I don't have anything else. But I will always take an M16 over it, but it'll always do until I find something better.
Wouldn't it be cool if it did have the fold out SKS bayonet as well? Yeah, Archie's saying the rack as well. The rack is missing from the game. I used to hate that fucking thing. It is the most ungainly looking SMG I think I've ever seen in my life. And I'm saying that when we've got the Owen gun. But yeah, I miss it now. I miss the rack.
Yeah.
It's a good starting weapon.
I really want,
It really is.
devs, if you're listening, we really need more low tier weaponry. I love that you're adding, the FAMAS cortisol off by guard or off guard, but we need more of the lower tier stuff that can give a person a chance to hold their own against the lovely geared people who love to come down to the coast, and you can give them a bit of surprise if you can find a decent rifle and get a headshot on them, go from 0 to hero and all the rest of it. I do want the trumpet back. That's another internal magazine. I remember the first time I got a kill with a trumpet. I was so fucking stoked because that's probably one of the hardest weapons in the game to get a kill with.
It actually was. And I've never ever gotten a player kill with it though. I just absolutely never did. In fact, I remember I just used to drop it. If I found it, I just never took it because it's like a pump action 22. Nah, I'm good. I'd rather just have a shotgun. But the only way to get a jumper kill is F11. I mean, technically you are right, but but I always preferred the Sporter. I absolutely loved the Sporter.
But the Sport is good, but again, you need that magazine. If you found a Sporter that didn't have a magazine and a trumpet, it's going to be a hard decision because at least with the trumpet, you can pump action it and get that second round.
I'm going to have to go with trumpet on that with the internal magazine.
I like Michael's comment. Archie, you're okay, but I'm more a Jughead or Veronica fan. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was a Veronica or Betty fan. I think I kind of like Betty from memory. And the silence is deafening. You fucking young kids. You fucking young kids.
I didn't even hear what you said. What did you say?
Archie, you're okay,
Sorry.
but I'm more a Jughead or Veronica fan.
No idea.
Level, do you know what we're talking about?
Nope.
Oh my God, I am so fucking old. I am so fucking old. Oh God.
Oh my fucking God. Archie
Comics.
Okay.
They're still a thing. 1987. How old do you think? 1941. Jesus Christ. Fuck, you are old. Holy shit.
Just about to say, I didn't realise Buddy was that old. Fuck me.
He was in World War II.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, no, I'd never read books as a kid. I still don't read books to this day.
I've heard of these comics, but I never read them or anything.
I reckon Mike will set me up then. I reckon he fucking set me up to show just how fucking old I am again. And no, I don't dye my hair, you motherfuckers. If you look closely, there is greys in there. But yeah, I just realised he fucking set me up there, in the bastard. That all three of you have never heard of Archie comics. They were fucking huge even when I was a young kid. They were massive.
No idea.
Mark doesn't read books
Mark
or get... Fucking Archie is on fire. He's just burning everyone tonight. Have a go at Level, man. Have a fucking... You're making him feel left out here, buddy. Have a go at Level.
Leave Level alone. No need to roast Level.
I mean, he is right. I don't even read long comments, so yeah. He's on the subject.
Oh, God. Now, someone that he won't be able to roast that I do want to do a shout out of, Happy Bombs and the Day One service.
Yes.
I've got him in here twice today. One is, again, going back to a sad topic from a few weeks back. Ryan, the Real 84, a member of that community, passed away, and it was felt by the entire community, so much so that I saw so many posts coming up. Happy Bombs actually arranged, and from what I understand, it's either zero money is being made at them, they're done at cost, or the money is all being donated to the family, if there is anything from it. But he had shirts actually made up, and I saw the post of someone got my shirt today. Thanks, man. Thanking Archie. Sorry, Archie. I've got fucking Archie on the brain. thanking Happy Bombs for doing that for his community. Happy Bombs, I know you guys probably get sick of it, but Happy Bombs is one of the true stars of the DayZ community. I don't know anyone who can say a bad word about this guy. He just does the most amazing things. And when you look at what he's doing with that community of his, here's another one. Are you going to play? There we go.
What is hardcore Winter Churner server, wasn't it?
Hardcore Winter Churner server, things like this. Now, I know they're not the only ones who are doing it, but so many communities, I do see there's other communities that post, but so many communities could benefit from doing stuff like this, getting their name out there. It kind of comes back to what we've talked about a few times, Mark, with the modders, about advertising what they do. But he's doing these cool little GIFs that are going up on Twitter, and I don't know whether he's sharing them on Reddit or stuff like that, but this is some really cool marketing, really, really cool marketing of his community, and the amount of work that he puts into his servers, you know, from adding that shirt that we showed before in-game. Happy Bombs is one of the true fucking legends of the DayZ community. What he does is fucking first-class stuff.
And you know why his stuff is like those gifts and stuff are nice and they catch attention is if you're ever on the Facebook community page and you see people promoting their servers and you see their picture that they put, and it's just filled with shit. What Happy is doing here is just simple, quick little things going, you can do this. It's very clean. There's no, bright colors or anything like that. It's just nice and simple, minimalistic, and it's nice. But I hate that when like people promote something, they just have these shitty pictures and stuff like that. You do it properly, just do it clean and simple.
Yep.
It's worth anything else over, you don't have to make a fuss over everything.
Yeah. They're not the only server that has camo or, where you can paint things like that. But we've seen your thumbnails, Mark, you hypocrite. Fuck, he's on fire.
He's clickbait them somehow. I need to clickbait him somehow.
Yeah.
Gotta get those views in, boy.
But no, it's fucking awesome. Keep it up. The Twitter handle for Happy Bombs. Give me 1 second. Let me just share it in all the chats.
And as well, some of the his Zero servers, just in general,
most of
are great. So I've played on the Winter Churnos, I think it was last year, and they're just great. It's vanilla. It's very, very, very lightly modded, but it's just perfect. And it's a lot of PvP, base building and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just great.
I just checked them and they're full.
Yeah, I tried to join it yesterday and there was an 18-player queue and I was like, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, Archie, you're right. Yeah, I remember seeing this tweet. Archie's just linked to this. Hey, survivors, where would you hang out and have fun in Chernerus or Livonia in the scenario where there is no apocalypse? I'm going Tizzy.
Ooh.
I'm going Tizzy. Rifle range, bears, wolves, stuff like that. You got the pond nearby. I was thinking about that. And my favourite town is, oh, God, I can't remember the name of it now. Is the Solnichny right up there in the top? No, that's not Solnichny. I can't remember my favourite town, but the one up there not far from Tizzy. Begins with S. Small little town. It's got a grocery store, a well near a little church, or one of those little standalone sort of round church buildings. But not Topolniki. Cinnastock. Thank you, Archie. Yeah, Cinnastock.
Yes.
That's my favourite town. But if I had to pick somewhere, it'd probably be Tizzy. What about you, Level? Whereabouts would you hang out?
Staying on the coast, man. I'm a Florida guy, so cooler full of beer and the beach.
Yep. Lad?
Oh, that's a difficult one, actually. That's a very fucking difficult one. I'm just trying to think. I would be either Savetlo in the top right, or what? Fuck off, prick. Either Savetlo or probably Novaya Petrovka. I like those two areas.
Novaya Petrovka is very nice, yeah.
So that's your place as well, Marks?
Well, if it was no apocalypse, and so that I'm assuming there'd be people around, and the world of Chernobyl is bustling and alive with everyday people. You'd either go to one of those big towns like Novaya Petrovka. It's a nice area as well, or you'd go to one of the big cities like Electro or Chernogorsk or somewhere like that.
You just made me think of that awesome video DanceofJesus did, which
Yes,
the time lapse one. That's
kind of where that's what I'm kind of thinking it would be like if there was no apocalypse. So
yeah,
that's why I would pick someone like that.
That was a fucking good video. DOJ, I saw you in chat earlier, mate. If you're still around, feel free to share that link again, mate. That was one of the best DayZ videos that I've seen done, and done using the editor, I believe. Was just fucking amazing. Did you see it, Level?
No, I haven't.
He basically was in Cherno, and he recreated the town like it was pre-apocalypse, and the characters walking down the road with a gun, and there's just people. It's all like it's frozen in time, and like all the buildings are restored and awesome. It's just and then it time lapses, and he ends up back in the apocalypse, and it was just brilliant. I reckon the only improvement would have been if a zombie had come and attacked him at the end. And infected or something like that. That was about the only thing I could think of. Let me bring it up again.
I found the video.
Let me bring it up again. It was so well done. Make sure you have your audio on. Just brilliantly done, isn't it, Level?
That's beautiful. It really is. Like, it amazes me the creativity some of these people have to be able to do something like that, to have the patience to edit and stuff. I mean, wow.
I know. And to think that he went in and made that, and absolutely brilliant. And yeah, you're right. It does have a little I Am Legend vibe. But you bang on the money, Archie. He should make more content like that. You know, there's so many people. There's one problem with that. He'll make that, and then people will say he didn't declare it was scripted, and then he'll get cancelled because he didn't declare that he scripted the video. I think I just revealed my status on that hot topic, didn't I? Fucking get over it. If you enjoy the video, you enjoy the video. Fucking either way, the person's put a ton of fucking work into the video, and that's my thoughts on it. I really don't care as long as I enjoy it. What I do care about is if you're cheating in a video. That's the only difference. But yeah,
That's it, really.
Now, we were speaking about Archie. There's a topic I've got on the agenda that I want to bring up. I saw this morning. Scum has done an update. Now, I'm not really wanting to talk about the update, but something that they have done is we are now launching the community ambassador section. DayZ, we've talked about this before, but DayZ needs to appoint some community ambassadors. Now, this is not me saying I want to be a community ambassador. I'm too controversial. I'm too opinionated. But there are people in this community, people like Happy Bombs, people like Chamber Senator, people like DanceofJesus, who live and breathe and bleed DayZ. Who would make, those people you're always seeing answering questions, whether it be on Twitter or in Discord or in people's streams. There are some people out there who are fucking amazing people, and DayZ should do something with them. You know, whether it be they get a shirt that says DayZ Community Ambassador or something. I don't know, just something to really reward people for the amount of effort they put into it. What do you guys think?
That would be interesting. That would be actually really, really interesting to have. Whether it'll work out well, considering, how some of the community is, will be a different matter entirely. But having something like that, so like when you talk about community ambassadors, what would they do? That's the kind of question. It's like, it's all well and good to have community ambassadors, but what would they actually do? Would they be kind of like between the community and then PR, like like going to Scotty, or is it like event arrangements? Like, or what would a community?
Well, they've got them in.
do?
They've got them in the armor community, as far as I understand. Let me just go to. Mel. Now, Mel is one of my best followers on Twitter. He's an Armour 3 ambassador. So I would like to know more about what the Armour... Let's just quickly Google it.
Because it sounds like a really interesting kind of like concept. I can imagine a few people in the community being some kind of like ambassador, like you said, Happy Bombs or the Running Mans or something like that. Yeah, exactly.
So this is on the official Armour 3 website, Bohemia Interactive. So it sounds like it's something sort of semi-official.
Yeah, but what did they do, though? Because if they just have a name and then do nothing, it's kind of like they have to do something. Is it like they promote the game, or...?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's predominantly what I see them doing. Mel in particular, you look at this guy's Twitter account, and he's constantly... Yeah, he talks. It's not just his own account. Yeah, he's a volunteer firefighter, but he's linked up with Yoris Yarn, who's one of the Armour team, I believe. Dynamically procedural bohemian. He gave him a tour in his firehouse and unaware helping out with the Arma 3 Laws of War van details. We went up 30 meters. That's all promoted stuff. He's sharing information from esports events, and he just does so much. Retweets people who are streaming in the game, and just someone who predominantly he just seems to answer a lot of questions and share a lot of information about the game.
Kind of like a community manager, but like a non-official one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting for DayZ, because you do get those people who actually naturally do that, which is great, and then they answer questions in their streams and that. So I think it would be a really good idea for them to do that.
Cough, wink, wink.
Yeah,
like he just shared this one from Sumrak. Sumrak did this 2 hours ago, so shortly before the show started. Sumrak's asking, do you have or know of any memorable event from Nomolsk? I have an idea for an epic montage and I need your help. Share any clip or video link here or in the official Nomolsk Discord. Can we pull this off? Please retweet. Thank you. Fuck yeah, I'm retweeting this. God almighty, my memory is fucking shocking lately, and don't say it's because I'm getting fucking old, you wankers.
Definitely because you're old.
Damn, you beat us to the punch.
I am having trouble remembering the name of one of the funniest DayZ content creators, and I've had him on as a guest, and I'm literally having a blonde moment. I'm said, do I need more caffeine? Uncle Ray Ray. Yeah, Uncle Ray Ray.
But yeah, I mean, having something like that, because we kind of like talked about having in the past. I think it was us. We talked about like a DayZ convention kind of thing, like an event for like people in the community to meet up and that. So a community, like a DayZ ambassador, to kind of like organize that would be great.
There's nothing wrong with my pecker, Archie.
Oh, never diss a man in his pecker. Oh, fuck's sake, Archie. You fucking twat.
God fucking mighty. Who let him in? But yeah, and even to an extent, something else that I would love to see them do, and this is a bit more controversial, but I think it's something that a lot of people have earned the right to, Marks, and that would be content creators, the likes of a Smoke, the likes of a Running Man, the likes of yourself. But, more so, I think it would definitely help those bigger channels. But that they have like an affiliate code that maybe leads to the Bohemia Interactive store that gets a person 10% off, and they make a small cut, maybe 5% of anything that people purchase from that website. To redirect people.
Love an affiliate code.
Yeah.
I'd love something like that. It'd be sick, but I don't know how it works. You could probably do it if you reached out to them, to be honest. They'd probably give you one, but... Yeah, it would be cool if they came up and were like...
They need to set that up properly. Like, I've got an affiliate code with Nerd or Die. I don't think I've ever, because I'm really, really bad at it, at promoting it. I don't like to promote too much shit in the show. It's just, I watch videos myself, and when they start off with, this video is brought to you by, and here's a moment from the latest Lawnmower 2000 for keeping your balls trim and fucking well-centered and all the rest of it, those fucking... whatever that Manscape and
Manscape.
I am sponsored by Keeps. I just haven't told anyone. That's why I still have a beautiful lush head of hair. I'm joking.
You got a link on that? Your boy's balding down here in Florida.
Which area are you balding in?
All up top.
All up top. I love this fucking show. I love this show. It's a great way to wake up Sunday mornings. Yeah, I usually struggle in the morning like most people, and the guys saw how I was in the first half an hour before the show started. But by the end of the show, I'm pumped and ready for the rest of the day ahead of me. And you guys help make my Sundays the best day of the week for me. But yeah, oh God, Archie, I'm not fucking watching that clip. He's got another fucking clip of me saying something. But yeah.
It would be cool though if they, on the topic of the ambassadoring, it would be cool to have something like that.
Yep.
And then, maybe you get a custom Twitter banner or a YouTube banner that includes, says down the bottom or something that you are like a DayZ ambassador or something like that. And I could see how it would
have an ambassador program that is separate, but have an affiliate program as well. So that it's, I would hate for an ambassador program just to be filled with nothing but content creators. I think that there are people in this community who do more than content creators who, let's face it, a lot of content creators do it to make money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a capitalist fucking whore at heart. There is nothing wrong with that. But I think people who are doing it purely, Asmondian is another person. How could I forget him? People like him should be rewarded in a way. And whether, DayZ just sends them a fucking shirt or a hoodie, but two separate programs, an ambassador program for the legends of the community who aren't big name content creators, but who we all know of and have heard of them. And then an affiliate program for those who are, so it kind of differentiates because, like you're aware, Marks, you have to declare when you have a sponsor in a video. I've got my thing with Ping Perfect. I tick the box every time I upload a video because I've got the logo on the page, Ping Perfect, and a link to it. I'm not paid by them unless someone uses that link, but I just do it to make sure I'm safe. So in the interests of full disclosure, I think it'd be good to separate the two streams. What do you reckon, Marks?
Yeah, that would work for sure. On the thing of like DayZ sending out like t-shirts or hoodies or whatever, I know they've been doing that a lot recently with a lot of community members, which is a good thing to see. So they do that, but yeah, an affiliate program or something like that where we get a link to like their page or whatever, and it can even be for Arma and DayZ as well. Have all the Bohemia games there, and you don't even have to necessarily shout it out if you don't want to. Just put it at the top of your description or something like that, or put it in your pinned comments.
Yeah,
because that's what I usually do with links, and it works like that. But they should look into it. I mean, why not?
What about you, Level? What do you reckon?
I think that'd be a great idea. Guys like Chamber Senator and Wobo and Asmodian and Archie and guys like that. I think that would be great for the game.
Wobo would be one you could argue could be in both streams, couldn't you? Yes, he makes money from his YouTube videos, but the guy is definitely a fucking ambassador of this game as well, isn't he, there, lad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Warbo's an OG. Like, what a way for the DayZ team to actually recognize the contributions he's made, before and after his break, his time away to look after his family. That would be absolutely brilliant. And Asmodian, he's been doing shit for as long as I've been really active in the community. So people like them, like the little guys, I guess you could say, compared to like the bigger content creators, that would be absolutely brilliant because everybody brings something to the table. Running Man's, they promote the game, they talk about the game. Asmodian with his, his like infographs and shit like that, his pictures. And then you've got, Warble with his really informative videos. And then you got Archie with his ripped off Warble videos. It's all really cool. So it's to have something like that for not only the dev team, but the entire DayZ team as a whole to recognize the contributions of these people in the community that keep the game going. That'd be fantastic because it's all well and good for a t-shirt. I'm still waiting on mine. But
same.
But like shit like that makes us happy to be part of the community if they do actually do it.
Yep, 100% agree. Archie's saying he rips you off as well, Marks. But
Well,
yeah, I
well,
just shared
obviously, yeah, the
Asmondian
brothers.
his Twitter account. So if you have Twitter, Asmondian's one of those guys that, if you don't have Twitter, you should probably set up a Twitter account just to follow him. Twitter, like everywhere, like the Facebook standalone group, can be toxic. I can be toxic on Twitter, there are people who make having a Twitter account worth it, and Asmondian is definitely one of them. Wobo's another one. Mel, Wellerton, there's just so many people. Match, doing her magic stuff with the keycaps and all the rest of it, and yeah. My legal team will be in touch. Better call Saul. That'd be about the only lawyer you can afford with fucking YouTube income, mate.
My legal team of me and no one else will be in touch.
Actually, I want to touch on something as well from last week's episode where we talked about the big Twitch leak. Twitch did a update. Let me see if I can find it. It was only we have an update for the community regarding last week's security incident. Please visit the Twitch blog for more information. Wait till you see what they fucking wrote. As we said previously, the incident was the result of a server configuration change that allowed improper access by an unauthorized third party. Our team took action to fix the configuration issue and secure our systems. Twitch passwords have not been exposed. We are also confident, not certain, but confident, that systems that store Twitch login credentials, which are hashed with bcrypt, were not accessed nor were full credit numbers or ACH bank information. The exposed data primarily contained documents from Twitch's source code repository, as well as a subset of creator payout data. We've undergone a thorough review of the information included in the files exposed and are confident that it only affected a small fraction of users and the customer impact is minimal. I'm sorry, but I think at least the top 10,000 of your earners having their income disclosed for everyone to see is not a fraction of users and is not minimal. That's just me. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. What do you reckon, Level?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't have any take on that one, honestly. I didn't read into it or anything like that, even though I probably should as a creator on Twitch.
Are you an affiliate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I read the comments from Twitter, and there were people saying that they weren't on that list, yet they had people telling them how much they'd earned from Twitch, and they knew the figures. So I haven't looked at those files. I've seen a couple of screenshotted lists and things like that, but I'm not downloading dodgy files from a fucking torrent or anything like that. As you guys all know, I'm an absolute boomer when it comes to tech, but there's certain things that even I know not to do. Hang on, I've got an email from you.tube. Oh, okay, I better click on that link from India. But yeah, no. What do you reckon, Marks? Yeah, I know you're not a Twitch fan, mate. What do you reckon of their statement there? Like Don says, sounds like a business report, minimal impact.
Yeah, they're just doing damage control. That's all, really.
Yeah.
Apparently, from what I've heard from other streamers, like big streamers, their info has been out there for years. With a couple of Google searches, you were able to find all their stats anyway. So
yeah, you could make an educated assumption based on, like so many of them said, Moist Critical said, you just needed to, my subscriber numbers are public. You just need to multiply that by 2.5 or 3.5 and you've got a rough indication. But this is the exact amounts, down to dollars and cents for every single person. That's pretty fucking, to try to downplay that as minimal, I don't know. Twitch, sort your fucking game out. Sure. Do better.
Look, they're gonna do it. I don't. I didn't know they tweeted anything. I don't follow Twitch or anything like that. But yeah. Look, it's just damage control at the end of the day.
Lad,
I will say it's absolutely fucking disgusting that it took them nearly a week to 2 weeks or something like that for them to actually make an official response. It's like it took them nearly a day to say, "Oh, by the way, this has happened," even though like news and main media had already reported on it, and then another week or something like that to be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's actually bad as it is, so don't worry, guys. It's only a small number. Yeah, it's just your major earners and your shit like that in the community, and from 2019, and also your source code and shit like that. Yeah, no, don't worry about that. That's fine. Fucking idiots. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Something positive. I want to shout out one of my fellow Aussie Survivalist members, 1G Unit 1, got partnered. So congratulations, mate. I've been quite vocal on the whole Twitch thing, but it's still a fucking achievement to make. I shared a meme of that old Asian guy in the tracksuit doing exercises, and he's all lively at the beginning of it. And the meme was when you get accepted to the Twitch affiliate program, and then there's that next photo of him just absolutely knackered, kind of crouched down, and and it's like 3 years later after being in the affiliate program. It is not an easy thing to achieve to become a partner. So congratulations to him. He's a top bloke. So I'm really, really happy for him. And yeah, absolute legend.
Content creation in general isn't easy.
No.
I think a lot of people
think, is it? Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that, I'm going to make a few videos, I'm going to earn a fortune and, live lavish. It's really not that.
It's definitely not that.
No matter where you're on Twitch, or if you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, no matter where you are, it's a grind, and it always will be. And look, if the work, and then when you actually do explode, sometimes it can be well worth that grind, with the payouts you can get. But it's a grind for sure.
I reckon making videos is technically more difficult than streaming, but streaming is more exhausting mentally level because you've got to. You've got to be on your game. If you turn up to a stream and you're not entertaining and engaging, and you've had a bad day, you might have had a fight with the missus or got some bad news or something like that, and you turn up to stream, your viewers are going to know, aren't they, Level?
Absolutely. That's not only my daughter, being 2. I kind of have a routine that we go through now. By 7 o'clock she's in bed, and it's that's her routine now. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna be able to stream now. But I've found myself here recently, another reason I've been away is because I'll have everything set up ready to go. I've got my character, I've got Streamlabs, and I can't hit that play button, or I can't hit that go live button. There's a block there. There's something, and it's like, okay, 5 more minutes, I'll do it. Go to YouTube. Go down that rabbit hole. Get on Twitch. Watch Twitch. And then by 10:30, 11 o'clock, it's like, I gotta go to bed. There was a night of streaming wasted that I didn't get into just because there's some sort of a mental block there that just, damn, am I going to be entertaining tonight? It's exhausting.
And it's nice seeing all these people just, replying in a positive manner to him there, isn't it, lad?
Yeah, it is really nice. And like you said, no matter what you think of Twitch and what's going on, that he's put in the absolute effort to get to that point. And you got to celebrate it. It's absolutely brilliant. Props to him. And I hope it keeps going up and up from here.
Definitely shall. Speaking of someone who I want to give some props to, and he's in chat at the moment, Level tweeted out. So for those that follow and that don't, I set my community a challenge to raise 500,000 channel points. Once that was reached, 5 winners be picked. But more importantly, we are adopting an animal that relates to the game we love. So welcome Bree the wolf as our new mascot for that channel. I know we covered it before, but I just wanted to show what they actually send out to him, and that this lovely certificate of adoption certifies that Cinnamon has joined the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Centre family by adopting grey wolf Bree, and by doing so has made an ongoing contribution to the development of the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Centre. AWCC adopts an official, Sarah Howard, curator. This is a fucking beautiful thing to do. Absolutely beautiful. I would love to see more content creators. Again, I talked before about how I'm a big believer in karma. Doing things like this. There's one guy, Anthony Kongpan. I think of Anthony Kongpan. I think of St. Jude's Children's Hospital. He is renowned for raising money for it. Pestily, I think Pestily is doing the Starlight Foundation, if I'm correct. He raises money for them. Every creator should have something that they're giving back to. It's up to them whether they do or they don't. How am I not following you on this account, Cinnamon? That's rectified now. But yeah, they just something to give back. It really helps build that community aspect as well. For me, mine is Wounded Heroes. That's a charity that I've done fundraisers for many a time. I share their stuff on my account. It's a Australian veterans charity that predominantly focuses on homeless veterans, which a lot of people know. Regardless of where you are in the world, that's a major issue. A lot of veterans struggle to fit into the mainstream world after they serve. And become homeless as a byproduct of that. They struggle to maintain relationships with families, with wives and children, and then they end up on the streets addicted to substances. And that's my personal one. But I am looking at potentially, I'm going to wait until next year, seeing if we can't try and work out a way to adopt a bear for the show. And I think we would ask them to name the bear Chuck.
Yes. Yes,
Awesome.
please. That would be absolutely fantastic. Chuck will never, ever die.
Yeah. And that would be a shout out to DOJ and Inclement Dab with the DayZ Troll account, which DOJ, if you're in chat, can you please share a link to? Look, you've got Brian Bear, but Brian Bear is great, but Chuck is a fucking legend. Chuck is a legend. May he rest in peace.
No, he's not fucking dead. Shut up.
For those who don't know about Chuck, find the DayZ Troll account, and it was a fun moment. There it is. There. Let me copy that and share that on YouTube as well and Facebook.
If only he knew how to drive a car. Better luck next time.
There's the experimental account shared on Twitter, YouTube and Facebook as well. So, that's awesome. I fucking love stuff like that, Cinnamon. I really do, mate. It's just fucking good stuff. I wanted to give people an update. We talked a few weeks ago about the lack of stuff you can do on the console servers. So apparently Nitrado, I missed this a while ago. It's probably been out for a while. I'm guessing a lot of community servers are already aware. But Nitrado, I don't know whether I should say to their credit, but they have added a way for community servers to create custom contaminated areas. I know it's not everything that you want on console, but it's something. So golf clap, I suppose. Yeah.
No, they're not getting a clap. Fix the servers and then we'll clap.
But yeah, just something fairly minor there. We love our console brothers and sisters, don't we, Marks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wouldn't have all these views without them.
Oh shit. What else have we got? Sorry, I'm just getting back to the channel. I really need to do a rework of the podcast fucking Discord. Getting on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to change the screen I share. Now, a topic came up over the week. Let me just play a video for everyone.
Oh, I actually didn't see this video.
How good does that look?
That's quite cool, yeah. Oh shit, that could literally solve the camo net vehicle problem.
And this is in the game files.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a 115 feature.
I need to pee. Back in a sec.
Been in since 0.16.
Was it? Maybe we'll hopefully it'll be released soon. It's kind of cool. Does it have inventory, I wonder? It'd be cool if it did, but I don't know if it does. Oh, it's big structure. That's quite cool. Yeah, you could literally cover different tents with it. That'd be such a cool feature to have. Because that would literally solve the like car camo net thing that you were talking about. You know, because you could just see that it covered the V3S, so it's like it'll cover that. It'll cover any other car as well. And it seems like a couple of sticks and a camo net does the job. Pretty cool.
That's it. It's interesting. It's a pretty cool thing. And maybe it'll be an interesting addition, but it's been in the files for so long. So I mean,
it's great. We talked a while back about the need to the tarp shelter and even the leather shelter. The leather shelter is not too bad, but the tarp improvised shelter is terrible for what should be one of the a pretty decent little shelter. It sticks out like fucking dog's balls. Yeah, and there needs to be ways to camouflage things. Different sizes of that. But there's quite a few things in the game files that aren't still in the game, and it just makes me wonder what's the hold up on that. Yes, it's a fairly big setup, but that would be, I don't even know if it really needs inventory per se, just to be able to craft it. Because at the moment, the camo nets in the game, they're fairly useless other than, draping them over the medium shelter, the canopy shelter, a fence and things like that. This gives them what would really be their true purpose.
Yeah, definitely a good feature. I mean, I don't think anybody would have a problem with something like that being added in. So hopefully we can I'll get it added. I need to ping Scotty or someone and see if he can give him a little nudge and be like, hey, can we get this?
Spud's saying he's got it on his servers. I'm imagining that he's got to re-add it back, but yeah. And you do have a point, Archie. If they released everything at once, what would we have to look forward to? A Livonia map edit, but more, they could add more stuff, or but
well, that's it. I mean, I go on a lot about adding the legacy content, but at the same time, it's like you got to think about what the higher ups are trying to prioritize for the next year, especially with what's been already touted and teased at. We've got one more update, the Red 9. Bring it back. But like we've got one more update out before Christmas, so we can only hope. We can only suspect what's going to be coming out, and when 2022 rolls around, we can only hope to see what kind of content they are going to bring out. Is it going to be more legacy content? Is it going to be content that was previously made for Alpha but never been pushed? Are we going to see the M249? Are we going to see the PKM? Are we finally going to see the PP19? Who knows? But just hope they bring out the Red 9.
Yeah.
Look, you fucking bastards. Bring it.
Okay, we are on to clips of the week. Give me one moment. There we go. Okay, Level, we've got a clip from you, mate. Took a buddy bear hunting once. Just once. Let me just pause it and share my screen.
There's actually a couple of us.
I think I.
I can fucking killed it, baby!
Get me!
Get Tox, get Tox, get Tox!
I love the bears in the game, man. They just, yeah. And again, yeah, that kind of goes to show you you're obviously not a massive PvP arriver. Imagine if you'd had Imagine if you'd had an SKS in that. I don't think you would have survived.
Nope.
That's awesome.
That also goes to show that don't underestimate that baby AK.
Oh,
It's
no.
not more powerful than people think.
Yeah. Yep. It's had a bit of a mixed lifestyle, the AK-74U.
Saved me my life a lot of times in certain situations, so I always pick it up if I find it.
Freaking Deacon, when it just isn't going your way in DayZ. Ouch.
Oh,
Oh, he doesn't
Nice
realize
shot.
the gun's jammed.
Oh, no. Oh,
no.
I didn't even notice until you said that he doesn't realize the gun's jam marks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I didn't even
I want to
notice
play that
that.
again.
Holy shit.
Does
no.
it? I didn't really notice. Does it make a sound when it gets jammed?
No, I think, I don't know.
Be right back, guys.
Yeah, mate.
Right.
You always know when you have a badly damaged AK like that it's going to be 2-3 shots before it'll do. It just went click, and then he has to try and unjam it.
Oh, you would be so fucking salty. You would be so salty.
In a situation like that, you're nearly better off just dropping that gun or swapping. He had an M16 I saw as well, so he's probably nearly better off just swapping straight to the M16, but probably never thought of it.
Freaking Deacon again.
But it's I don't know.
I believe I can fly.
Oh yeah, you'd never go over those things fast. He'll always kill you.
Oh.
Every single time we have a clips of the week, as soon as I see a car, I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always slow down when going over those little like bumps for train tracks,
Yeah.
because it will always kill you some way, shape, or form.
I'm having a blonde moment. Where do I find my clips?
No idea.
Video producer.
Ah,
And
yes.
then clips to the left. These are the ones you've done.
I think this is the one here.
Oh, he's the car. Dude.
I don't like this spot. Drink much to had in.
Uh-oh. Is your PvP encounter?
Y'all
Yeah.
leaving?
You got room in your...
You get him? Joe, get him?
I got him.
Oh,
I
you
got him.
Oh, you only knocked him, was it?
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, mate.
No, down and out.
Now, what I
Fuck.
don't understand about that encounter is
Nice.
the guy we were playing with, Hawks, he couldn't get his Discord working. He was talking in game. So all that conversation, you could hear him, oh, here's the car over here. He's talking in game. Why did that guy, when he killed him, just run straight to his body? I don't understand that encounter. It enabled me. If that had been a proper PvP where he was shooting me, I was shitting myself, to be honest.
I think what it is a lot of people panic when they get into PvP in this game because they'll kill someone like that. They'll go, oh shit, he's fucking geared to the teeth. They'll just want to try to grab the gear and get out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. So he probably just went, oh, just gear, and didn't think to check, his surroundings and stuff before looting.
Yeah.
And if he checked his surroundings, he probably would have won, unless your epic gamer skills would have killed him. But
But yeah,
50-50 chance there.
That was played. I know you're getting sick of hearing it, but on the DayZ Down Under Vanilla Enhanced server, I don't think once it has gotten offered the low pop status on the official launcher. But fuck me, I have honestly, Mark, I have been having so much fun playing DayZ this last fortnight or so, and I'm getting into PvP. They were door camping us. I died 3 times in one day, but I had a fucking blast. Absolutely loving it. It's as much as I like to say I'm all about interactions, I enjoy the PvP as well. My hand was literally shaking up just that little encounter.
Especially vanilla PvP, because you can't auto run back to your thing. It's like this is life or death situation here. So that also makes it a bit more tense. DayZ Down, is it DayZ Down Under?
DayZ Down Under Vanilla Enhanced.
They need to make an EU server.
Honestly, I think DayZ Down Under, when you look at the
unless the ping is actually, hang on, is the ping bad? If it's like
it'll be pretty bad for us, yeah.
Yeah,
DDU is it DDU? Oh yeah, it's 400. Okay, yeah. I'm playing on 400 ping.
It's not in there anymore, but it was in the top 20 servers in the world at one stage.
Yeah, I remember
there.
You showed us that last week. Yeah.
So it's probably in the. No. Oh, what have you done, Spud? You've been cancelled by the look of it, mate.
Nutty boy.
Holy shit, you have fallen a bit.
Oh, hashtag dead server, close it.
But yeah,
top 70.
It's been absolutely killing it. The main heavily modded server, I wouldn't say heavily modded, but the main modded server is full most nights with a queue, sometimes in double digits, and but yeah, it's just absolutely killing it. And they've gone with the vanilla server, and fuck me, I'm having some fun on it.
If Spud ever wanted to expand its servers, I would recommend getting an EU server because there's a lack of kind of EU vanilla servers out there that are good. Like we have DayZ or Zero and stuff like that, but they're always full. So it's like for getting other servers out there, and it might be a little bit different as well. So I mean, if he's ever wanted to expand, it's just an area to look at.
But what would he call it? You couldn't call it DayZ Down Under because it's not down under. It's up above. DayZ up above.
Call it DayZ Down Under, but just EU. DayZ Down Under EU.
Yeah, but then you got the whole issue of look at what happened with DayZ Underground with the EU server when they launched that. That turned into an absolute fucking nightmare for them. That said, I think from memory, a lot of that nightmare was to do with they teamed up with content creators. And again, I'm not having a go at anyone, but try to build a community that doesn't rely on content creators, folks. Because if they get bored or they have a falling out and they move on, you'll see your server just absolutely crash when the content creators don't play it anymore. I honestly wonder how many people would play day one if they didn't know that the large percentage of content creators play on it.
There wouldn't be any, because 2 years ago-ish, before Smoke was playing on them and would host people, those servers were dead. 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, dead server.
I can confirm I've never played on.
Night Smoke would stream. They would pop up a bit, but other than that, they were dead servers.
Whereas now they're the Kingmaker servers. If you want to get affiliate and partner, playing on day one servers is a fast track to doing that, folks. You'll bump into so many people, and it's a great way to really boost your stream legitimately as well. By playing on those servers. I kind of avoid them, though, for that reason. I'm not interested in just bumping into other content creators as much as I enjoy it. Yeah. I still remember bumping into Blue and Queenie. I haven't bumped into too many people. I bumped into Fubar Bundy, Ben Fruit, and a few others. Fubar Bundy was trying to stalk up behind me when I was drinking at a well and kill me. But I wouldn't expect anything less of him. Archie, I have a base on that server that is just screaming for you to come and say hello to, mate. It's in the barns that are to the west of Zelenogorsk. Just be aware that Spud has made some changes to base rating. It won't be quite as easy. The flag system prevents you from building a watchtower, so you're going to have to use brute force methods to get in. But yeah, oh no, mate. There's the beautiful thing with this server is there's no rules. He's gone away because, like a lot of community servers, there's a lot of rules about what you can and can't do. The only thing that he's monitoring, the DayZ, it's almost like it's the perfect fucking server. And seriously consider this as an option if you're looking at a server as well. Rules are great for when they suit the community. But the only rule on this server that I'm aware of is basically don't hack or cheat or glitch. It's basically the title of the server, I think, is DayZ Down Under Vanilla Enhanced Moderated. So it's just a moderated vanilla server with a few extra things added in. If you wanted to build a base in the fucking ATC at Northwest Airfield, you can build a base in the ATC at Northwest Airfield. Whereas the majority of community servers out there won't allow it because it blocks people from getting the loot that might spawn in that building. Whereas in reality, you'd build a fucking base wherever you thought was the best place to build it. So
exactly.
I hate these fucking servers, and it really, really annoys me. That go, this is my DayZ server, it's PvP, PvE, and RP mixed into one. It's like, no, you're picking one or the other. I hate these servers that like PvE / PvP.
I've seen you post that before.
Because it's like, it just leads to confusion. Because I've been on servers and I'm like, right, you say it's a PvE and PvP server. So when I see a guy, can I shoot him or can I not shoot him? It doesn't declare. When you have a vanilla server and there's no rules, it gets rid of all that shit. There's a lot less arguing between people then as well. It keeps everything just more simple. And yeah, so I hate if your server is PvE, RP, and PvP or whatever, like a mix of everything. Just say vanilla, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Because what is vanilla? It's all those things combined.
That's my that's my personal one, Archie. Is I would like there to be a standardized understanding of what hardcore is. You see hardcore and I think, oh, you're going to make me struggle to survive. But no, it's hardcore because it's PvP hardcore, which I get is actually a thing. But Archie's got a server now as well thereafter, and he's gone for a more survival hardcore approach. So a bit like Churnerus has fallen, or Run has come back as well. I was very happy to see that server come back. It was sort of like a successor to After Dark, which was one of my all-time favourite servers. But yeah, if you're looking for a simple thing, look at just running those vanilla community moderated servers, where pretty much all they do, as far as I understand, that's what Spaggy servers are, aren't they? Is they're just vanilla,
Yeah, they're just
pure vanilla, but moderated to ban hackers and cheaters, and which is being a bit of an issue, as we've talked about. Spud, I think, described it as a bit of whack-a-mole, even on his community servers lately. A bit of a glut of them lately. But, rightly so, Archie. You're about to get fucking banned in here too, you troll. Love you, Archie. Love you, bro. Spotlights. What do we got? Thank you for the follow there, Afghan. I'll do a shout-out of everyone at the end like I usually do. Give me 1 second. Rolling back down. Artwork creator, mini spotlight. This is a teaser, but I'm in discussions with Dr. Strangelove to do something pretty fucking awesome for 2022.
Very vague teaser.
Very vague. Very, very vague. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be a collaboration between the DayZ podcast. I haven't even told Marks or Lad anything about it. They are just as much, and they're going to be just as much in the dark as well. I like to do things as a surprise. You're going to fucking love it. You're going to love it. The idea we've got, as we get closer to it coming out, I will be telling you guys about it. You won't find out on the day because you're going to be part of it. But until I've confirmed some stuff with Dr. Strangelove, we're just in concept stage at the moment. He loves the idea of it. We just need to nut out a few of the details.
You got me nervous.
No,
Jesus.
mate, no, don't. There's nothing to be. This is going to be fucking awesome. This is going to be fucking awesome. The only hint is, why would I go to Dr. Strangelove? So let me know in the comments what you think the collaboration is going to be about. But yeah. There we go. Community spotlight. Well, we've shone the spotlight on so many fucking communities this week, from Happy Bomb, Zero DayZ, Run, Chernerus Has Fallen, Archie's server, Spud's DayZ Down Under. There's just, get out there and give vanilla, some of these community servers a shot, folks. It's there's a lot of fucking love in this community. It's still going strong. It's brilliant to fucking see. Individual spotlights now. We always like to try to start with our guest. Level, what's something you would like to shout out, mate, about the DayZ community?
I really don't know.
Well, it always gets to our guests, so don't worry. So you can take your time.
You can tell the guests who don't watch the podcast are the ones who don't know that they've got to do an individual spotlight at the end.
Oh yeah, I'm stumped.
Well, while you think of something, we'll go to you, Marks. What about you, buddy? What's something you want to spotlight this week?
Honestly, I don't have anything. I've taken...
It was a slow week, like you said before the podcast, mate. It was a slow week this week.
I've even slower for myself because I haven't played DayZ in a couple of weeks, and it's just
shout out to Minecraft.
Trying. Shout out to Minecraft, best survival game ever made.
The OG open world survival game, as far as I know.
Literally is, but it's I've been trying to find a server to play on and stream, and it's such a struggle at the moment. So I don't have a spotlight. Hopefully, I'll have one next week, but just give it to the community in general.
Mm-hmm. Lad.
A couple of, actually. So, first off, this weekend is the last alpha run for XDK. Before we move into beta. Yeah, so after this weekend, we're gonna be shut for a couple of weeks, just so we can get everything absolutely ready.
Aren't you worried you might lose your player base while you do that?
A little bit, yes, but it's to be perfectly honest, it's in the best interest of the players. You know, we've been letting loose this weekend, so people's just been having an absolute ball on the servers this weekend, which is great. But like I said, once it's over, a few weeks of no servers, and then once it's It's up 24/7.
There's
Mhm.
there's a lot of big content creators in those servers that they'll be fine. They'll get players.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. But
I'll be fine.
the second one is it is Archie's server. The server's actually really fucking difficult starting out. The amount of times I've actually died in that has been absolutely ridiculous. And thirdly, and I've only just discovered this, in the DayZ Modders Discord, a man by Buddy, I don't know anything about him at all. He is creating what I assume is a Silent Hill mod pack.
Ooh.
Now, I'm an
Oh,
absolute
shit.
massive fan of Silent Hill.
Very
Like, I am-
underrated game of the ilk of Resident Evil and Silent Hill. They were, Resident Evil took the spotlight, and Silent Hill was always the ugly stepbrother to an extent to Resident Hill. Resident Evil. Silent Hill was great.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was very interested in this. So he posted a couple of screenshots already in the DayZ Modders Discord.
Has it got the mist? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, that's awesome.
Shit.
That is actually cool.
Why?
And there's a couple more stuff which I want to show off as well.
The motherfucker got no face.
And he posted a whole bunch of stuff. He even got music. Actually, I won't play that one because of copyright. But but yeah, I don't know anything about this project, so I've just asked about the particle effect, and he's basing it off the first and second game, which to me is like the big yes, because everything after 4, like in terms of the games, are fucking terrible. In terms of as a game, brilliant. As a Sand Hill game, terrible. And the movies, I'm not even going to touch on them because they're fucking trash.
Mate, keep in contact with him and reach out to him if he would like to come on whenever he's ready to showcase what he's got as a guest on the show, mate. I would love to get him on. I think there would be quite a little sleeper community that would be fascinated to try that. Speaking of that, how's the Pripyat servers going, Marks?
They're constantly working on them. I'll check the Discord now.
Yep.
I know they made the server files for it public, so like there's different types of servers out there at the moment, but they're slowly but surely working on it over time. Yeah, development is still going strong by the looks of it.
Yeah, there's a server right now with 19 players. I think they might have just restarted because it's just jumping up. So it's an RP, PvP, PvE. So
give me one sec. Well, you check that.
Yeah. But it's I like that map, the Pripyat map. It needs a lot of work, but again, it's a big. I think it might be one of the biggest DayZ maps out there, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty, it's pretty massive. But it is really cool. It's really cool. It's going to be interesting to see what's.
Yeah, too right. Now going back to you, Level, have you got a spotlight, Sonny Jim? You got one?
I mean, I don't know if it would definitely be just one particular community, but maybe when you're super geared and you head back to the coast like most do whenever, because I mean you can only win so many gunfights up north, and whenever you head back to the coast, before you kill that freshie, just ask yourself before you kill him, like, if I don't pull this trigger, that could be a best friend that I make playing this game,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
love it.
It's because again, like we spoke about earlier, I've made a lot of good friends playing this game that I still play with today, but before you go back again, before you go back on the coast geared and just being a dick KOSing, ask yourself, like, who's to say that's not probably one of the coolest people you'll ever meet, but you're not going to meet them because you're going to kill them.
Yeah, exactly, and that's it. But at the same time, it's like however people want to play the game, they have that choice too. But at the same time, the game is about interaction, so it's a very, very good point. Very good point.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I am choosing this week to be a shameless money grubbing sellout, and I want to share or shine the spotlight on my patrons. I won't show the list of all that because it does have some of their names in that, but we do have a Patreon for the DayZ podcast. And if you are in any way inclined to want to support the show and what we do here, this is probably the best way to do it. It's growing. I'm kind of stunned by. I actually had to reach out to the guy who my serval, Evan Travis, who does my a lot of my artwork for me. And get him to extend my clip for that plays at the beginning where I shout out the patrons because there's so many people joined. When I say so many, I think we're still not even in double digits, but from the generosity of you guys who support the show, I think it's about $148 a month I make.
Nice.
Which goes to the cost of the show towards the Christmas thing and all the rest of it. So I can't thank you all enough. We even had a new patron join during the show, Tenris, I think it was. Tuxness. So I know Michael just joined as well. Thank you all so fucking much for doing it. Links are in the link tree thing that comes up on the account and that, but it's probably the best way to support us on the show. Plus, depending on the level you choose, you can actually get stuff sent to you as well. Sticker, tote bag, mug. I've just put in a new level, a base level, which probably the main thing is I know a lot of people out there reach out to me and say, Boydie, where's the VODs? I hate doing it, but I kind of have to do it to, one, to keep the quality of the show up, but two, to get the ads in the right places and stuff like that, and I do the timestamps. So after each show, I take the VODs of the show down. I make them unlisted, but the patrons get immediate access. So they can watch it over the weekend. Everyone else has to wait until I release the video up. So if that interests you, the base level, Aussie $7 per month, or I think that's about $5 or whatever, just gets you access to the section in Discord and early access to the VODs of every update. The levels above that, you start to get things like stickers and a shout out individually and all the rest of it. So it's up to you if you want to do it. I love Patreon as well because they actually support a whole lot fucking better than both YouTube and Twitch do with the payout to the creators. Nearly of every dollar you commit, at least around about 90% of that actually makes it through to the podcast to me, as opposed to I think YouTube take 30%, Twitch takes 50% of every dollar when you subscribe to someone. So yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Windstride just followed. Windstride, we were talking about you earlier, mate. Don't forget, Windstride, one of the things we're going to be buying for the end of year Christmas podcast is and you need to be saving up those, like I just said then, save up those podcast bucks, folks. You will need them for the great 2021 DayZ podcast Christmas show, giveaways all night through the show. Type ! points in chat to check your balance. You earn them just by simply watching us live, folks. So we're going to be doing raffles all through the night. We're going to have a prize wheel that'll pop up And all the prizes are going to be on the wheel, obviously ratioed so that, things like the knife that we just talked about, like wind strides, the emote packs that I've got, they're going to be very, very small chances. And there's going to be some hats and some shirts and some other stuff as well, which are going to be more likely to get one. So as the show progresses, those items will get removed from the wheel. So the slice of the pie that is the wheel will get bigger and bigger. Eventually, it might come down to you're going to have a 50% chance of winning either, say, the knife or Winstride's item that he's going to add to his clothing pack that you get to design with him, which I think is just, I don't know about you guys, but if I was a regular member of the DayZ community, I would be fucking stoked at the opportunity to have something added to what is probably the best thing in the Christmas podcast show, the best mod for clothing in DayZ as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. Archie's just said he's going to donate a $50 Steam gift card to add to the giveaway as well. We've got another gift card as well. We've got stickers. We've got I'm starting to lose track of how much we've got coming in.
Gonna need a bloody Excel sheet of everything now.
I'm going to need to sell my ass down on the fucking docks to pay for it all. But yeah. But no, thanks to the generosity of those of you who support the show, like Michael, it's going to really help me with covering that, because I really want the Christmas show to be a banger, a nice way to end the year before we take a few weeks break and come back. I'm still trying to work out. I need you guys to help me. Like earlier this year, we started off the year with a bang. I think we had Dr. Big Money. We had Soma. We started the year off with a big bang with the first guests of the year. I really want to have a think about who we start the year off with as a guest, who I should hit up to come on to open mate.
Good fucking luck.
I message him every few months. He's never replied, but he's never unfollowed me on Twitter. So I try to be as polite as possible and as respectful as possible, but I would literally fucking cream my pants if he ever said yes to coming on. I would literally fucking lose my shit. He is the number one person that he would be a fucking dream come, but my life would be complete. It is my life goal to be able to, whether it be a one-to-one or we get him on the podcast, whatever he is comfortable doing, I would seriously even consider, darling, do you mind if I fly to New Zealand and doing the podcast live from fucking New Zealand somehow to do it with him? That is how fucking much I dream of having.
You never know, it might happen, so
it might one day.
Keep those fingers crossed. It might happen. You never know.
Frankie on PC has already said no. I've asked him. He said doing things like this is in his bag. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Brian Hicks would be a good one if you can actually get him on to, like, since his NDA is up, is it, or whatever, for DayZ?
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
It would be. It would be. Brian, if you're watching this, reach out, mate. You'd be a cracker of a person to start the new year off. To talk more in depth. The interview you did with PC Gamer magazine was fucking awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. It was an enlightening read. And I'd love to know more about the trials and tribulations that you went through. Apparently I got it wrong. Brian actually replied and said, at one stage during the video I uploaded, the shorts from the last week's episode, apparently I said that it was Dean Hall who was up all night banning hackers. And that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, clearly it was Brian who was sitting there fucking all hours of the night watching streams as the only way he could find out who the hackers and cheaters and that were. So, yeah.
Before we finish up, I just want to say two things. Check the general chat, Boydie, and share that picture of the podcast.
What am I looking at?
The podcast general chat. Archie just fucking made that the piece of shit.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Your new profile picture now. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Oh,
So quick. So quick.
He was actually very fast in that.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
oh, that's fucking class. I love it. And I would absolutely. I keep saying this, but I would absolutely love to have somebody from the dev team to come on to kind of like absolutely celebrate the start of the new year, which I know probably won't happen, but that'd be really, really nice to see.
No, I can't hear the music in the background, but I have to quickly say, Short Stuff is one of my favourite Indiana Jones characters of all time. I was so disappointed that he never appeared in another movie. Okie dokie, Dr. Johns. I fucking love Short Stuff. He was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Look, honestly, Martin, the BI CEO, I would love to get him on. I would love to. I'd be respectful, but I'd love to ask those hard-hitting questions about what we did. Short round. Fuck off, Archie. Jesus Christ.
Send an email.
I'm just glad Ike's fucking not here today. Could you imagine Ike and fucking Archie? I'd leave here a fucking
Jesus
traumatic
Christ.
wreck. Oh, dear Lord. But yeah, no, it would be amazing to get him on. I don't know whether he would, but I would still love to. You know, they're under no obligation to tell us, you know, why they do things. They're a private company and they can run their business how they want. But if they were ever prepared to, I would love to talk to them to find out. But yeah, that's a big fucking ask. I think the chances of doing that, it's more likely that Dean's going to fly me out to fucking New Zealand to do an interview with him than it is that the CEO of BI is going to come on and talk candidly with us about why they are the way they are with DayZ. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. You can always ask.
Michael, don't you start as well.
What's Michael saying? Oh,
Maybe we can get Viagra to sponsor the podcast. These other two might need it. I've got myself a woman. I'm a fucking
Sponsored
virile
by
man.
Blue Chew.
Bruh, bruh, shut up.
And Level's okay. He's got a kid. We know his pecker works fine. See, I've got a kid. Fuck off with your Blue Chew. That's a PKA. Oh, I have to do a quick shout out. PKA podcast. I haven't finished watching it yet, but you need to watch it. For those who indulge in it, I don't. I'm not a fan of marijuana or anything like that. I've got nothing against it. You do you. But Kyle or FPS Russia, for those who know, did 1,700 milligrams of edible marijuana on the last podcast. And apparently towards the end of it, he is absolutely fucking wrecked.
I can confirm because I've watched the entire thing already.
And Woody did one as well. Woody did a
Comatose.
smaller.
They all did.
Yeah.
They all did.
They all to make up for it. It's a great podcast. It's one of my favorite podcasts, PKA, because they just talk about general shit. They have great guests on, and yeah, just I cannot recommend PKA podcast if you're looking for something else to listen to. They're hilarious, all funny guys. But yeah, Viagra makes you stiffer than a dead freshie on the coast. No, 1,700 milligrams. Am I right in that number?
Yeah,
I am right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1,007, and he baked it into chocolate cupcakes that apparently just tasted like grass with a hint of chocolate. He added a lot of frosting to them to try to make them taste a bit better. But yeah, so if you after a good podcast, cannot recommend PKA Painkiller already. If you have any trouble finding PKA, but the channel it's released on is actually called Woody's Gamer Tag, isn't it? Yeah.
If you just search PKA, it'll come up straight away.
There's a couple of highlights channels. I don't know whether they're owned by.
They're not.
They're not.
fan made. Yeah.
But yeah, the actual podcast itself is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, can't recommend them enough. Guys, thank you so much. Another, for what was a fairly quiet week in DayZ. Absolutely amazing. Definitely have a think as well. Sumrak's tweet about the Namolsk highlights. If you know of anything you may have watched on stream, straight away my mind went to Uncle Ray Ray on the Inclement Dab and Erno content creator server. He got this kill on someone right as the event was happening. It was one of the greatest moments I've ever seen on Namolsk. But anything we could do to help Sumrak, he's made some amazing fucking trailers. He's a great marketer. He's a great map maker. He's obviously a great lead developer for DayZ, but he's also a great marketer. The stuff he's done so far has been amazing. I'm actually kind of excited to see what he comes out with. So check him out on Twitter, at Adam Franku, or if you search for Sumrak, you'll find him. And yeah, share any links you've got of what he's done. Lad, Marks, thank you so much.
No problem.
It's been
Good being here as usual.
And it's been absolutely fantastic meeting you, Level.
Yeah, Level. It was good having you on, buddy. You were a good guest.
I appreciate it, you guys. It was awesome hanging here and
where can we find
Archie
you, mate?
roasting all three of you.
Give us a shout out for yourself. Where can we find you?
Twitch. Twitch. I mean, twitch.tv/level.
I've got them all here, mate. I'll post them in the chat.
Yeah.
There's your Twitch, there's your Twitter, and there's your Instagram. Do you do much on the gram, buddy? Do it for the gram?
There's a few. I haven't posted in a while, but there is some stuff on there. You can see this ugly mug on there.
Oh, so you do face cam?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah,
Yep.
I used to.
Oh, you don't anymore?
I don't have the green screen or anything hooked up anymore.
Yep.
And so, but there's a good possibility it returns.
Good.
Big fat balded beard guy.
No, a fantastic show. Thank you all so much. Next week's guest, almost forgot to do that. Here's where I need to be smart. I need to get one of you two to check the next week's guest so I can go. And next week's guest is... Oh, who is it?
It's Avoka, who's going to be coming on talking about the Kaima desert map they're working on with DayZ Aftermath.
I'm really excited for this one. Actually, I say I should have one on YouTube. Maybe I should be a decent fucking host and have this fucking information ready and researched before I start the fucking show. How's that for an idea, Boydie? Well, you didn't have to be so mean about it, but okay.
You're fine. It's fine.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited for the Quamer map. I enjoyed Takistan, but like I've seen a few people say, the hype around Takistan seems to have died off. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with Quamer, or Quamer, or does anyone Quamer?
Kaima. It's the way they said it is Kayma. If you say Kai, K-A-Y, and then Ma. Kaima. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't pronounce for ages either, so don't worry.
Okay. Can you say 30?
No.
I love the way Irish people say 30.
Every comma that mocks my threes, I delete.
30-year-old magazine. We need Archie. That clip from last week was so fucking funny. The reactions, you shared it, I shared it on Twitter. People fucking loved it. I don't know. A genuine question for you all here. Like I said at the start of the show, we've rarely had a reaction to a guest like we had with Archie. What do you guys leave us a comment there? Should we ask Archie to come on and be a fourth co-host? The reason I say this is Mark's actually said that to me in a DM after the show. He said, Archie just brought an energy to the show that was great. So let us know in your comments on the podcast or in the Discord. Yes, bump Lad off. Let us know, folks. I'd be interested to hear. Let us know. Should we make him an offer? He would get the same pay and conditions as everyone does. Sweet fuck all.
Well,
He can have the same pay and conditions as me. I make a loss, but it's my hobby. That's not me fucking begging. It's my hobby. I do this for love. But yeah.
he's joking. We get paid 70 grand an episode.
Level, thank you once again, mate. I wish you all the best. When are you going to be streaming next, buddy?
I'm not sure. There is no set date, but soon. I will be back soon.
Chuck him a follow, folks, and you need to get a YouTube channel as well, mate. YouTube is key to growing your channel. So many people are doing it now. Just do it. Even if you're only uploading the VODs of your stream, do not rely on Twitch to gain exposure. Just start uploading them, whether it be a highlight. You can create clips in or create videos in the Twitch editor, and then you can upload them to YouTube 24 hours after your stream. You don't need to have a fancy intro or outro. There's some great ways to do stuff. Sorry, I just realised before we run away, guys, there was one, I missed something. And you're just talking about that made me realise it in the weekly show agenda. The content creator shout out. Prestige did a video. Best base locations of DayZ, PS4 and 5, Xbox PC, no mods. So please go check this video out. I'll have links to it in the description, but it was a fucking good video. For those of you who don't play on modded servers, he spent a lot of time creating bases in all these different locations and showing you the pros and cons and some decent ways to set them up so that they're more secure. A lot of work went into this video. So definitely needs to be rewarded. And the other one that I want to shout out, Yonov Chinaris did a new video as well. For those who know, I'm a massive fan of this guy. He is an amazing editor in that he does some beautiful cinematic of each of the maps and that. But he's done a over 37-minute video. And he's an amazing creator who deserves a lot more than 1.83 thousand subscribers. Again, he's another person who would be a bit like Wobo in that he would kind of fall into when we're talking about the ambassador and an affiliate program, he'd probably fall into both because he does some of those videos, showcasing these servers in these maps in the most beautiful manner so that people could see how much work has gone into some of these maps. Everyone who creates a map should hit up Yon to do a video for them of showcasing their map. He's just got a beautiful knack for you. Using that editor there's a certain art to it of making it look good. But yeah, definitely a video you want to go and watch. I'll share that one in the chat right now. There we go. So yeah, thank you once again, folks.
It's
Check
been
us
an
out next
absolute
week.
pleasure.
Same time, same place, same channels.
Next week's episode is going to be a big one with that map and
Yes.
talking about behind the scenes and stuff. So you want to be there for that.
Yeah. You're going to be taking a lot of the lead on that one next week, Marks, because you know more about Keimer than I do, mate. I only know what you've shared, so I'll be letting you control the flow for that first part of the show with the guest.
Sounds good.
I get to take it easy for a week.
Yeah. I have a decent bit of info on it, so yeah, it should be good.
Awesome. Really excited for it. All the best, everyone. Once again, Level, absolute legend, mate. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah,
No problem,
thanks for
guys.
coming on.
And
Appreciate you guys having me.
to your lovely daughter, we have loved hearing her voice in the background. Did she just say awesome?
Uh-huh.
He did. Tell her she's
Yeah.
awesome. She's the one who's awesome. You're awesome, darling.
They said you're awesome. She just looks at the headset.
No worries then. All the best, everyone, and we will see you next week. Ciao for now.
See you later.
Take care,
See ya.
everyone.